Hello, 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 everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hopefully, everybody's doing well and feeling well. Flash, K, Sorcerer, Carlos, Shadow, Dragoon, Marcos, Logan of Hyrule. What's going on? I hope everybody's doing all right. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're having a good day so far. I hope you're having a good Thursday. I hope you are in an area where you're not getting a ton of rain. We were supposed to have rain like continuously from yesterday through Saturday. Or like off and on, but kind of heavy at times. I think it's left over from the Florida storm. What was that, Debbie? Was that it? But I think it veered a little more west, so we're not getting as much rain, which I'm very happy, and my roof is very happy. But I think it's supposed to rain later today, and I think through tomorrow, and then it's supposed to be super clear for the week after. So if you are in a rainy area, I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay no matter where you are, to be honest with you. Go back up here. 9 p.m. I was expecting you. Is that ominous enough? No, Flash. Flash. It's let's make it more ominous. 9 p.m. I've been waiting since 8. That's where you're kind of like, greetings. Who's that guy on your introduction banner every stream? That's Samuel L. Jackson. I forget his character's name. That's from the very first Jurassic Park movie. That's a scene where the park power was shut off by the guy that was trying to steal everything. He was trying to steal all of the embryos. So they're going to try something to sort of restart the whole thing. So he turns around and, like, before they turn everything on, before they try and reboot the system, he says, "Hold on to your butts." That's why I have that as my introduction. I probably should change that. I mean, it's been what? How long since I've been streaming for over 6 years, and that's probably been there for like 5 of them. I don't know. Maybe it's time to change some of those assets. Maybe it's time to change the Ill Bleed intro song. What do you think? I've said for a while I think it's time for an actual intro. I've always thought of that, but it's cost money to commission that stuff. Hello, assorted meatheads and uncle. Hey, peeps, in Final Fantasy VI, finally woke up in the world of ruin and didn't leave Shadow to die. So now it's just get the band back together in Endgame, I believe. Dragoon, yes, but you're going to be presented with the opportunity to go to the Endgame very early, and then you can explore the world. There's a lot more exploration than you're probably thinking. You can go and you can find the characters and that's it. But a lot of the characters have deeper exploration that you can do. Like, you can find Locke, and then if you know where to go in the world, you can explore Locke's backstory a bit more. You can get some resolution. There's actually a ton of stuff to do in that game, and I think that's one of the reasons that game is holds so much for a lot of people, is that that's a good, relatively early example of lots of end game content. Like, they tell you very quickly, oh yeah, you can go to the place here and you can confront the final boss, but there's a ton of stuff to do, and when you think you've done it all, there's probably a little bit more. How I'm doing is art block. That's never good. And possibly have drunk from an improperly cleaned bottle. I hope the bottle didn't contain some sort of poison. Rain. What's my most frequently asked question? Well, it's not that one. What's my most frequently asked question? I don't know. How are you doing? That's it. It's boring, but that's my answer. It's how are you doing? That's my most frequently asked question. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I have a question that really stands out among any others. What game are we playing today? There we go. What game are we playing? That's a good question that I get. Let us catch a stream since I won't be on for the rest, so they won't be able to for the rest of the week. I hope everything's all right. I hope the reason is good. Maybe you're going on vacation or something, Shadow. I'm glad you're checking on how your roof is feeling. Yeah, my roof is the part that was damaged that I had repaired, that's okay. That hasn't been leaking. But the part that was leaking before, it gets a little drip when it rains for a continuous amount of time, and it drips, and it's not good. But it's not catastrophic, right? It doesn't look like my roof is going to cave in, so that's a good thing. It's just a matter of getting up there and coating it, or having a company come out here and coat it, but that costs money. Just to bring it up, since the numbers came out for US, Console game sales came out and the PS5 sold well. As many sites bragged, it outsold the Switch, but it sold 2.6 million. And the Switch, an 8-year-old system, sold like 2.4. Yeah, I those numbers were great. I haven't. You know what's funny, Dragoon? I haven't actually seen too many people do that. I'm sure there are, but I haven't seen too many people doing the "I told you the Switch was dying." Like, I think, you know what happens, Dragoon? I think after enough times of see the Switch is dying, I think people have just kind of given up. I think people realize that even when the Switch dies, the only thing that's going to kill the Switch is the Switch 2. The Switch is going to, and this is something I've said, I think this happened with the 3DS too. The Switch has a longevity that for a long time it's going to stabilize. It's going to stabilize lower, but it's still going to stabilize and it's still going to sell because sure, everybody who wants a Switch has a Switch already, but some people are going to want the special edition ones if they come out. Some people's Switches are going to break, but more importantly, kids are going to get older and they're going to want video game systems. And as new gamers get into the gaming market, the Switch is the thing they're going to jump to. It's not like the number goes down when gamers who bought the Switch don't want to play the Switch anymore. They already bought the Switch, so they already have one. New gamers are still going to contribute to that number, so it's going to stabilize lower. But it's I've said before, I think the Switch is easily going to pass the PS2 and any other system that might be in its way to be number one, simply because if the Switch 2 came out tomorrow, they're going to still sell Switches for the next 1.5 to 2 years. They're still going to sell them. They're going to put them on discount. It's going to be the cheaper option. They're going to make them so cheap that some people are just going to buy a backup one, or they have 2 kids and they have a Switch. They're just going to buy another Switch for the other kid. Like, it's just going to happen. So I haven't seen too many people going crazy about it. Told you the PS5 was going to outsell the Switch. Like, yeah, you said that the last 8 times that it outsold the Switch. And then there was a 5-month gap before it did it again. Let me go back up. Everyone forgets Sam Jackson was in Jurassic Park. Yeah, I think so, because he was only in the very first one. What was his name? What was his name in the first movie? Jurassic Park becomes a lot funnier when you pretend it's Newman who kickstarts all the trouble in that movie. It's optional and I should skip it. Thanks, Uncle. I mean, you can. The problem, Drago, without spoiling anything, the problem is you're going to see, like, if you want, go to when they tell you where the end game is, go there very quickly, and you're going to understand very instantly why you don't want to do that. You're going to figure it out really fast why you don't want to do that. It's hard catching on Twitch with people like, oh, hi, Pepper of Peppers. And hi, everybody. If I've not said hello to you, Marcos, what's going on? Shadow Knight, Wakazi, what's happening? For as long as I remember for sure. Don't change the introduction card. Your fan base will blame me. I don't know. I wonder if it's time to change some assets. It's hard catching on Twitch for people I like, since living in Korea and the app doesn't like my location. Really? That's kind of weird. Not that you live in Korea, that the app doesn't like your location there. Final Fantasy 9 in a nutshell. What? Dennis was Wayne Knight's character. What was Sam Jackson's character's name? Are you Johnny's uncle? Marcos, that's a good one. That's one that I get a lot. Yeah, that might be it. That might be one of the biggest ones. Not so much streaming. When I'm at a convention or something, that's usually how people ask who I am. Some people say Greg. Some people, I think I've had 1 or 2 people say Silver. Usually it's, are you, some call me Johnny's uncle. That's usually how I get that. And so why is Twilight Princess so good? Why do you hate Twilight Princess? Let's see. One of those is more accurate than the other one. Friends and I are heading to the summer cottage and play Magic the Gathering the whole weekend. That does sound kind of good. Bring some Yu-Gi-Oh cards just to shake it up. Just surprised how many sites made that article that PS5 beats Switch sales. It was just funny. I mean, and Dragoon, if you say it bland, see, that's the trick. That's the clickbait, Dragoon. PS5 beats Switch sales. It's true. In that particular instance, for that particular time period, it's true. What they ignore is all the other time periods, and they ignore the finer details. There's a price cut that will pick up a lot of those late adopters who wait for things to get cheaper, or you're going to get people who are just going to buy another one. I can tell you right now that if the OLED systems went on a massive discount, I'd consider getting one. So I'd immediately be another customer. Well, not immediately, but how many units has a Switch sold? What is it, it's like 148 or something? How many Switch systems was it? It's crazy. Top of my forward, also hate Twitch's new layout. Everybody hates it. Switch came out in 2017 and they stopped selling the 3DS in late 2021. Yeah. Part of that, Carlos, was Nintendo had this thing when I think they were worried. I think Nintendo was worried about the Switch, and they were coming off of the Wii U. They were worried. So the first year, maybe 2 years, I would say that Nintendo kept doing this thing where they kept the Switch isn't replacing the 3DS. Remember that? They would still release 3DS things, and they kept saying the Switch isn't replacing the 3DS. No. This is what we're doing. And then once it was clear that the Switch was going to take off for the long haul, they were like, they took the 3DS and yeeted it out the window. They were done, and I was happy for it. Ray Arnold, Logan, I don't think I ever knew that was his name in that movie. Is that his name in the movie? Ray Arnold? To me, you're just uncle. Apologies all around if that makes you sad. No, Pepper, that's fine. I'll be honest. I think a lot of people, I've had people say that they're worried about the fact that they know me as Johnny's uncle, and they think that it's the idea is that they don't like to implicate that or to imply that my identity is tied to somebody else, right? You know, it's kind of like if you meet a celebrity and you ask them, like they were in this movie, they were a co-star in this movie, and your first question is what the other person was like, right? If you met in the original Back to the Future movies, what the hell was his name? Tom Wilson, I think his name was Tom Wilson, the guy that played Biff. He was a comedic singer and actor for a while. I think he still probably does it. He has a song that's Back to the Future where he talks about that, and he talks about how when people would meet him, their first question would be, "What's Michael J. Fox like?" And it's like that's where I would have a problem. Where if nobody wanted to talk about anything else. But if you recognize me from that, if you recognize me as, oh yeah, you're the guy from Some Call Me Johnny's channel, you're his uncle, and or now, you know, you're SGB is a little trickier because people know me on being on SGB, but SGB doesn't show faces, right? It's the little drawings. So that's a sort of, it's kind of a weird thing. Like you could watch a Let's Player for years and years and never actually know what they look like. So I feel like Some Call Me Johnny is more likely to see, like you're more likely to see me through something like that. One of the older videos, but I have no problem with that. I'm fine with that. Just, you know, I've had to shut people down when they come in here and all they want to do is talk about John and they want to talk about SGB and all they have are questions for SGB, and it's just like, okay, but that's not what we're doing here. We gotta hold on. We gotta, you know, we get ones like that with funny names, by the way. Hold on, we go back up. That's the dark art of news headlines. To me, it's just it's my birthday. Hero coming on. What's his homecoming hero? Oh my God. Hello. I got a Steam Deck for my birthday. Happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday. I'm happy you got a Steam Deck. I hope that it works out for you. I hope that you enjoy that. Pet, what's going on? I still want the OLED for. Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of want the OLED for the dock, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind the actual OLED. I'm taking I have my Switch at work right now, so I wouldn't mind an actual OLED system. So it's already outselling the DS. I think it passed the DS. I think the only Flash in the US, I think the only thing the Switch has left to beat is the PS2. Yeah, Nintendo, to be fair, was justified in that fear. All the news sites and third parties kept saying the Switch is going to die for those first 3 years. I mean, they definitely were. And again, they were coming off of the Wii U, you know. It's so weird. It doesn't feel that long ago that the Nintendo Switch came out, even though it's been 2017. Wakazi, 2017 was the Switch. And whatever you're feeling, add a year. The handheld dream is now undead. They always say that. Remember when the GBA was going to be third pillar? Yeah. Yeah, they always do that. You are chat's uncle too. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I try to be everybody's Uncle Lilac. Not everybody's Uncle Lilac. Everybody's uncle, comma, Lilac. Period. Just when they said that DS was not the Game Boy replacement, just another pillar. Yeah, they always do that. Switch is that at 143. Nintendo was hoping to meet PS2 sales by next year. Rain in my area. Someone keep an eye on the Origami Killer. If not for SGB, no, Carlos, I'm safe from the Origami Killer because the first thing I had to do is unnecessarily lose a child when some years back. That's my biggest gripe about Heavy Rain. My biggest gripe about Heavy Rain was the beginning part where you lose the first child, and it's like that served the story no purpose. I'm sorry. I don't think that served. Yeah, was that that was Jason, right? The first one was Jason, and then Sean is who you're saving for the rest of the game, or was it the other way around? Was Sean the first one? Who was the one that died? It's like a famous athlete's child participating in the same sport. Yeah, first and foremost, they're known as that athlete's child, and that sucks. That sucks for them. To continue my endgame joke, it's not really side content. As much of it should be completed. You'd be surprised. You're gonna have characters that you like and characters that you don't like. Was this the 1-2 Switch video? That's how I found you, but stuck with you for your own side of things. Yeah, that's what I want, Gladimer. That's if you can find me from wherever, but I want you to. I used to say before. I haven't said this in a while, but I'll say it again. Now it'll be a while before I say it again. You can find me from wherever, and then come here and check it out. But then it's my job to make you want to come back. It's my job to create an environment that you want to be here for. It's my job to play games that you might want to see and to play them in a fun and interesting way and have interesting insights. And it's my job to do all of that. So, if you're here and you only care about me being Johnny's uncle, that's fine. Keep subbing. But then I want you to be part of this conversation. SGB should do Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They're adding 32 new tracks. They added 32 new tracks along with new characters for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Pet, keep an eye on the channel. Any recommendations that you're playing right? What's this? Hold on. That you're playing right now or have played? Recommendations? I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 and I'm digging it. I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3, but you know what I can tell you about Baldur's Gate 3? If you don't like those kinds of games, I don't think Baldur's Gate 3 is the one for you, right? I don't think that's the first game. I think there's a ton of stuff to know, and I think if you're not really a fan of those kinds of games, it's kind of like when people bought Elden Ring, and they're not Soulsborne players. I don't think Elden Ring was the game that was going to sell you on playing Soulsborns. If you're not a fan of these kinds of games, I don't know that Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be the one. It's complicated. There's a lot of stuff to do. They give you so many things at the beginning of the game. If you're not familiar with D&D or RPGs in general, I do think that Baldur's Gate 3 might be a little overwhelming for people. It's amazing, though. When you really get into it and you start to understand it, it's incredible. Press X for Jason. Yeah, Jason was killed. Sean was kidnapped. Okay, yeah. So Jason was the first one. Yeah, I always complain when we did the playthrough. I complained about Heavy Rain that Jason. The whole thing with Jason dying in the beginning serves the story no purpose. There's no purpose whatsoever. You could have achieved everything that you got from Jason dying in the beginning of that game. You could have gotten from the wife dying of some kind of illness. And then he goes into a deep depression, but then his son gets kidnapped, and now his son is the only family he has left. It snaps him out of his depression, and now the game is him rescuing Sean. And that's it. That's it. That's all the game had to be. But they added this whole side extra thing where he had another son who died, and then because of the depression that the wife left, it served no purpose. I thought it served no purpose to the story. I thought it was unnecessarily cumbersome to the story of Heavy Rain. It's like that guy whose brother is super famous. What's his name again? Green Mario? Mr. L, I believe his name is. That would have been a cool stream idea. Play Heavy Rain during the hurricane or during rainy weather. Are you telling me that we should love you for you? I mean, that's fine. That's fine. And Marcos, I would love for you to love me for me. But if you want to hate me, it requires a tier 3 sub. Yeah, the DLC's all out for Mario Kart. Yeah, CRPGs do be like that. But BG3 was Game of the Year, so it might... No, it is good. It's good for what it is. Something like Game of the Year, I think that those games have to be good for what they are, because those games are going to be subjective, right? If a sports game won Game of the Year, everybody's going to be in an uproar because they don't like sports games. So, yeah, for what it is, for a CRPG on a console, because I'm playing on PS5, yeah, it's absolutely incredible. But if you're a brand new person who's never experienced, like, I would probably recommend that you play some other CRPGs that are a bit more simple, just so you can understand the scope of what you can do. And then probably maybe BG3, because bear in mind, BG3 isn't just a CRPG; it's a Dungeons and Dragons game. So the enormous complexity that is Dungeons and Dragons is in that game. So if you're brand new to CRPGs and Dungeons and Dragons, you're going to be double lost. It's kind of with 6, the characters are this huge part of the game, so the idea of not recruiting them, if it's technically optional, feels it goes against what people... Yeah, it does. Dragoon, I wouldn't say that it means that you're playing the game wrong, but you are going to miss out on a good chunk of especially the story, especially Dragoon, the second half of the game. Because that is effectively, finding all of the characters and going through all their stories is effectively the second half of the game. So where in the first half you're playing a more traditional role-playing game where you're moving through the story, now you are, in the second half of Final Fantasy VI, you are moving through the characters, per se. Particularly Terra. Terra is one of the only ones that's really forced. It's part of the actual game story. So you do get a good understanding of the kind of character growth that you're going to see throughout the second half of the game through what you go through with Terra. Sorry if I spoiled that. Did Wave 3 and 4 from Banga live stream from Twitch. I think we're finding out about you like the older SGB LPs. I think remember finding out about you from older SGB LPs like Sly 3. Okay, that one that didn't roll off the tongue as easily as I was hoping it would. Elden Ring was sold on being easier Soulsborne. See, the problem, Logan, is that a lot of people, when they bought Elden Ring, they were mad because they were dying a lot because they didn't know it was a Soulsborne. There were tons of people that said, why, like, I've heard tons of times when Elden Ring came out of people saying, why is this game so hard? And they didn't know. And people were laughing, and they're like, they never played a Soulsborne game before. And I was sitting there like, yes, they've never played a Soulsborne game before. I didn't know. I didn't know that was a Soulsborne game until not long before it came out. I thought it was going to be a standard adventure game. And I didn't know it was going to be that. Same thing with Lies of P. Everybody was talking about Lies of P. And when I finally saw the gameplay of it, I went, oh, it's a Soulsborne. It's like slow and difficult. 100% completed normal mode on Metroid Zero Mission. Good thing I'm not trying to 100% the game again anytime soon. The final boss was definitely a handful. Flash, I'm sure you know this by now. That game has a mechanic where if you have 100% item collection, the boss is like double or triple difficulty. It has some weird mechanic where they do that. The only thing Jason going missing added was the cops suspecting him for Sean's disappearance as he had previous child vanished then. Yeah, and that was completely unnecessary. You could have... Lilac, when a child goes missing, I would assume that one of the parents, especially in the depressed state that he was in, would already be the first suspect. I got into this with Matt when we were talking, not like fighting or anything, but he was saying that losing Jason sets him up for wanting to rescue Sean, like being so desperate to rescue Sean. And I'm like, but it's his child. He was going to want to rescue him anyway. It's not like he was going to go, oh, well, I don't know what it's like to lose a child, so I guess I lost this one. He was always going to fight for his kid. So it just, so the whole, like that right there, like, okay, it adds to the police suspecting him. But I think that's the normal response, is that the police would suspect one of the parents. It just didn't add anything. It added nothing to the game, in my opinion. I'm going to say in my opinion, like I always do, but I don't think you can name me one thing that was fundamentally added to the story of Heavy Rain by having the entire beginning be his other son died. It did nothing to the story. Nothing that you couldn't have circumvented by a slight, like I said, if you want to put him in a depressive state, then you have the wife die of an illness or something. That's all you needed to do. Hell, you could have said that she was kidnapped if you wanted to do that. That's all you needed to do. And you get the same effect. I think it just pissed me off because why'd you have to kill another kid? Uncle's Quips is what I always come back for anything. We had tons of fun doing some of the stuff that we just recently did. I don't know, people thought George R.R. Martin, but George R.R. Martin didn't make a game. He wrote a game. I figured it out. Sean gets hit and presumably dies, but is secretly taken by the Origami King and turns the killer to punish fathers who didn't do enough to save their kids. And then he sits down and makes paper airplanes all day? Paper cranes? Maybe that's him making the paper cranes. I still at the not broken part of BG3. Get on Disco Elysium. Stone, multiple people have told me that Disco Elysium is a good game to play. A lot of people have told me that. Not Sly 3, but the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man game you did with SGB is how I found out. Okay, the first Sam Raimi game. Man, I don't remember when that was. Sly 3, I think, might have been before that. The first one, Carlos, CRPGs, computer RPGs. I think is typically what they're called, right? That's what the C is for, right? Computer. Just, it's like early PC RPGs. I guess they controlled fundamentally differently, right? Mouse cursor, more overhead, and more free roaming. Sounds a lot like Romancing Saga. That's why I don't consider a lot of the stuff side or optional content in 6, even if a lot of people go, well, you technically don't have to. Dragoon, then it's probably like how I feel about Majora's Mask. I feel the same way about Majora's Mask, where I wasn't a real big giant fan of Majora's Mask. I didn't really like a lot of the stuff that you have to do. And then people said, well, a lot of it comes from the character interactions and completing all the side quests and doing everything and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, then it's not really optional. It doesn't feel optional to me if you're telling me that one of the reasons that I'm going to enjoy the game is because I have to do all of that stuff. If you told me that I have to absolutely do as many social links as possible in order to enjoy a Fire Emblem game, I won't play a Fire Emblem game. It's why I've never gone back to Majora's Mask, because if you tell me that I have to do all of that side stuff in order to enjoy the game, I'm not going to enjoy it. Tell people to play Neo or Code Vein before any of the FromSoft games. I have one of them, right? Don't I have a Neo or something? I have Neo. My game has seen a trailer and is surprised the game is not what they assumed. Yeah, they definitely didn't see enough of it, Stone. They should have realized it was because from the developer is FromSoft and the director is Hidetaka. The problem, Logan, is that people, we've talked before about this for different reasons. We pay attention to that stuff more than a lot of other people do. You should pay, if you're going to put money into something, you should pay attention to it, but we pay more attention to that stuff than a lot of people. I guarantee you there's tons and tons of people out there who knew it was a Soulsborne game and who don't know Hidetaka Miyazaki. I guarantee you they don't know that. A lot of people just don't pay attention to that stuff that way. They see a game, it's the hot new adventure game, they see some action, the guy's running around and he's swinging a sword, and that's enough for them. And they say, all right, that looks good. This is the hot new game everybody's talking about. And then they play it, and it's difficult. And it's crazy hard. Armored Core, I don't know if Armored Core was as difficult as Elden Ring. It definitely wasn't. I didn't find it to be, like, I didn't play Elden Ring, but I think Armored Core felt a bit more accessible, but that game caught people up. That did the same thing. It just wasn't anywhere near as popular as Elden Ring. That's why I don't want to face the maxed out final boss on hard. I did my Elden Ring. I bought Lies of P knowing it was a Soulsborne. I agree with that Heavy Rain take. It just doesn't do anything. Heavy Rain is Uncle's hit list of games. Is there is Uncle's hit list of games. No, I wouldn't say that's on my hit list of games. I think that game was fine for the most part. I just didn't like the beginning part. I mean, if I had a hit list of games, it would probably just be like Ender Lilies, not 3D Dot Game Heroes, because I did love that game. It got annoying at the end. Arms is on Arms is on my hit list. I'll come after that game every chance I get. Twilight Princess, not Twilight Princess though. Twilight Princess I think is kind of funny. Because I've said before, Twilight Princess was just me having a bit of fun, and that one kind of got out of control. I don't think I hate that game nearly as much as people think I do. If anything, I've flat out said that I don't hate the game. I think that the game is very middle. So it's not really that I hate it. It's just I don't love it. But that's sort of become the running gag. Hold on. What would have been your ideal in-game ending to Heavy Rain, whether it be some character dying or surviving? I mean, you save Sean. Do I have an ideal version of? Do I have an ideal ending for what I saw of that game? Do I have an idea? I mean, the ideal ending would be. I'm trying to base it off of the actual game. Because I'm thinking of the ideal ending for Heavy Rain, and what's coming up is the ideal ending to the game the way I would start the game, which is there is no Jason and the wife dies. Because then I would say, oh, well, he saved Sean, and then that woman, that's the reporter or whatever, you get a cutscene where they become a relationship, right? So that's fine. I mean, the ideal version for the game as it is, obviously he saves Sean. He realizes that he needs to survive not only for Sean's sake, but for his own. And probably still be with the woman, with that woman. I think that's okay, but I that's not necessary for me. Hot take. I think I'd have what's his name survive. The actual guy, the killer. I think I would have him survive. I think I would have him go to prison for what he did, and then I would have him survive. And then I would probably do another game where the origami killer is helping another cop or something. And then you have that situation where now you play as the cop who's getting help from the origami killer, and they're trying to catch another that they think is like a copycat or something. And it turns out that it's not. It is a copycat, or it's another criminal or something. And then and then at the end of that game, the origami killer dies protecting another kid. Because wasn't that the whole thing, that he would like protect his brother or something, but then his brother died, or I forget exactly what the killer's motives were. But wasn't that sort of the thing? Scott Shelby, thank you, Scott Shelby. Yeah, so turning into I haven't seen Silence of the Lambs. I think I saw it maybe once, so I don't really remember. But yeah, then was it Silence of the Lambs, or was it Hannibal? No, wasn't it Hannibal Impure? Where Hannibal in Silence of the Lambs, he was the killer, and then in Hannibal he helped them. I would do something like that. I think that's fine. And then at the end of that, his father left his brother to drown. So at the end of the game, of the second game, Scott Shelby dies saving a kid from drowning. The kid that they're trying to rescue the whole game, he saves him from drowning. And then now it's he dies knowing that he was able to replace the life that his father lost. I had chills thinking about that as an ending for a game. That would have been awesome. I mean, you can still technically do that, right? It was Hannibal. Pretty sure it was a book. Yeah, I know him as movies, but yeah, Miyazaki. Was that his name? Miyazaki? Yeah, Hayao Miyazaki is the other guy. Twilight Princess is my meme hit list. Yeah. Earthbound. Yeah. Earthbound. Stone. Earthbound every Mana game up. 3D Sonic. I don't have enough experience with 3D Sonic to say that. I don't think I have enough experience with 3D Sonic to definitively put the whole franchise on my hit list. I will say, though, that every time I talk about 3D Sonic and I talk about what I think that series is like, everybody agrees that that's what it is. Liza P. Is that some sort of Vocaloid singer? Actually, yet another correction on my part. That was Metroid Fusion LP. Okay, so the Metroid Fusion LP, I think, was the first time I was ever on the channel. That I'm pretty sure that and the Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist, I'm pretty sure they were the first time I was ever on the channel. We have to see Uncle play Twilight Princess now. Pepper, I have considered doing Twilight Princess as a sort of charity thing. I have considered doing, like, if I were going to do a subathon, I've considered 2 games. If I ever got around to doing a subathon, the 2 games I've considered were Twilight Princess and some sort of for every 5 or 10 donations, I have to play another hour or 2 of Elden Ring. I have actually considered that. I meant the book, though. Okay. Didn't lie. They did play it a bit with Elden Ring's accessibility for new features. What kind of hit list? Oh, my video game hit list. Games that I guess games that I don't like to the point where I put them on a list above everything else. That's how I interpret a video game hit list. Nothing left for you to experience from Sonic is a boost game, and I don't have high hopes for that. So what will be a good boost game for Sonic? Weren't you in one of the Smash videos first? Maybe. I might have been in a Smash video first. But that would have been like a SmackDown Sunday. This was the Metroid Fusion and Hyperstone Heist were the first 2 where I was in the actual playthrough. Emulate the GC version of TP. Ronan, yeah, that might actually be the best way to do it, rather than play an actual version of it. Or Ronan, I considered buying Twilight Princess on the Wii U, but it's stupid expensive now. I don't know why it's so expensive. Remember your review podcast with Johnny for Castlevania Netflix Season 1? Oh, yeah, that's right. We did do that. I also did one with FTCR, I think I did one with FTCR about Game of Thrones when Game of Thrones ended. I know I did one with them too. The list of good games that Uncle thinks are mid. Yeah, probably. That's probably a more accurate name for that list. Generations and Unleashed. I didn't like what I saw of Unleashed. So Generations is Generations I watched and that looked good. And there is a new one coming out, right? There's Generation Shadow or something. Shadow Generations. Unleashed is half good, half bad filler. Flash. Half good is the Sonic portions, half bad filler is the werewolf portions. Is that correct? Generation Colors? Interesting. That review was a year later. Yeah, that's right. That review was a year later. Make sure recommending Generations. It's not that it's not a great game. It's a very cherry-picked version of Sonic because it's made out of good parts. But playing those OG games, you find a lot of bad parts. Yeah, because Generations was the anniversary game. That was like the special anniversary game or something. So Fusion was the first LP I participated in, but I definitely think you were correct when you say technically you appeared in Smash Bros. Videos from SGB. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure, but they were just like SmackDown Sundays. I don't think they were full-blown. I mean, Smash is a difficult game to do LPs for anyway, so they're usually just SmackDown Sundays and all. But yeah, I was probably there. You know what it probably was? Wakazi? It was probably when we used to record stuff at Too Many Games. Because we used to go and we used to get the big hotel room at Too Many Games and there'd be 6 of us to a room. So then we would record, but we'd bring stuff to record and we would do 6 and 8 player Smash Bros. And whatnot. So it might have been that. It might have been one of the times that we were at Too Many Games recording for SGB stuff. Got fast in the Sonic talk. Well, you got to do it fast. I'm trying to think of a hit list. The only game I could think of is Left Alive. F that game. The Werehog portions aren't all bad, but there's so much that didn't need to be there, and walking the rope in one stage. Here's a good way to put it. Generations, even with its own issues, is the version of Sonic fans talk about when they describe Sonic to outsiders. That's a good way to put that. I kind of like that. Stupidly insane WTF stage. It made me so angry. Yeah, I have no interest in playing Generations. Unleashed. I watched a portion of them play it on the channel, and I just looked at it and thought, I just not seeing anything that I want to play there. I played Sonic Adventure 2. Depending on who you ask, I played Peak, and you know my feelings towards that game. I played Superstars. I played as much Frontiers as I could manage before I just couldn't play it anymore, and that's it. I think so. Sonic Shuffle then. I would probably rather play Sonic Jam, but Sonic Shuffle, that's the party game, right? That's the party game. That wouldn't be a bad idea for SGB. Werehog's an extremely mediocre clone of classic God of War. A game I truly like is Lost Planet 2. Everybody talks about Lost Planet, man. Everybody loves Lost Planet games. No Mario and Sonic at the 2024 Olympics. I guess no official break-dancing Eggman. Well, you got there's that little clip of him, like, doing the little dance somewhere, if you could find that. There we go. We got yeah, I mean, none of them are breakdancing. That's kind of a shame. It sucks that the 24 Olympics was canceled. Maybe we should play the 2020 Olympic game for SGB. I didn't really have anything else. I didn't have any news stories. I saw that like another studio shut down, and you know that's always kind of a bummer. There wasn't really anything. I know there's some sales going on. I love that for the city of Cleveland. The Sonic Advance 2 SP might work for you if you don't mind a straightforward game. No, I think I like a straightforward. The Sonic Advance games I think would be interesting for me because they're more like the retro game. I like the Sonic the good one, the good Sonic game that came out. Come on. The sad thing is I'm going to say the good Sonic game that came out. You're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Mania. It's just Mania. Mania is the other one that I played. And again, in that game I played and I beat it and I never went back to play any of the updates. I didn't play any of the updates. Frontiers? I mean, no, definitely not. Forces? Yeah, Jerf, you beat me to it, Jerf. Finally got my last game on my list of pickups, Tekken 8. I picked up a bunch of games off of my list of pickups, but I don't think I ever updated it. I do have a list. Do you guys keep a list? Do you keep a list on your phone or something of games that you do want to get at some point? Dream list. I have to actually get rid of some of these. I got Baldur's Gate 3, so I can get rid of Baldur's Gate 3 off of the list. I have 3 games left on my list because I did get rid of some of the other ones. The only games that I still want to pick up are DioField Chronicle, Hi-Fi Rush, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They're the only ones that I still want to pick up. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I've tried to buy, and for the love of God, you can't get a physical copy of that game. And Hi-Fi Rush, I know it's digital. I'm going to wait on Hi-Fi Rush. I'm still waiting kind of to see what I know that the game is really good, so that's going to be later. And then DioField Chronicle is a game that I want physically, but it's always on sale. If I find a cheap physical one, I'll probably grab it. I keep a list of games I'm going to buy in my head. I used to do that, Ronan, and then you know what would happen? I'd go to something like a convention or even just a store, and then I would leave with a game or a couple of games that I was like, oh, okay, I'll check that out. And then I'd look at my list, or then I'd remember later on. It's like when you go food shopping. You go shopping and you say, oh, I'm going to get some eggs and I'm going to get some cereal or whatever. And then you come back home and then you realize you forgot the milk. And the milk was what you went to the store for. So I got tired of that. So I always started keeping sort of a wish list on my phone. And then when I go to conventions, I can look at it, or when I go to a store and I say, oh, I feel like picking up a game. And then I can look and say, all right, these are the games that I actually want to get. Yeah, I think that's it. I think those are the only games that I have left. But I want to get Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and DioField Chronicles physically. So Hi-Fi Rush, I'm not too worried about it. I haven't bought it because I have literally a stack of games that I haven't touched yet. Links are links are not allowed, Jerf. If you're in the Discord, you can put a link there. Base Sonic Mania is all you need, but maybe go back to Stardust Speedway Act 2 to see how you feel about the new final phase the boss has. Interesting. I have a list of games I've beaten. Pepper, I was keeping a list last year, and then I didn't really keep the list this year. I haven't really updated a list at all of the games that I should be playing and wanted to play and beat and stuff. That's why I hesitate, even though I adore it, saying to play Generations as an intro to Boost Sonic, because Boost hasn't hit that consistent-ish high before or since, really, so it's not really accurate to the other Boost games. The problem is that's accurate for Sonic in general, right? Depending on which Sonic game you play, usually you're going to have the experience, like, right, Forces or Frontiers or Adventure or Heroes or any of the other games, Generations, Unleashed, like any of those games that you play, because Sonic has this problem where they keep changing things up, it's not really representative of any of the other ones. Maybe the storybook ones are a little close, but to take a Sonic game and say, I wouldn't recommend this as the first game because it's not really indicative of the Sonic experience. The problem is the Sonic experience seems to be all over the place. So it's not, you know what I mean? You can't really... It's tough to actually, like, what game would you recommend to somebody as a general Sonic experience? You can't really say any of them. You can't say Advance because Adventure, because games haven't been like Sonic Adventure in decades. You can't say Frontiers because that was a whole new thing. You can't say Forces. You can't say the storybook games. You can't say Shadow. There isn't a game like to say that I wouldn't recommend it because it's not indicative of the Sonic the Sonic experience. None of them are for 3D games. None of them are. 2D, play Mania, play the adventure games or the advanced games, play the OG games. They're all close enough that not necessarily if you played one you played them all. But if you play one and you like it, you'll probably play the other ones, and there's going to be something good there for you. But the 3D games are all over the place. I'm still keeping a beat games list. Yeah, I should keep a beat games list. Happened to me today. Was supposed to buy wiper fluid for the car. Proceeded to buy everything else except the wiper fluid. So yeah, so I got into keeping lists. Not to mention I'm not gonna say I'm ADHD because I've never been diagnosed and I don't want to go around acting like I'm something that I'm not. But I have a horrible memory when it comes to that stuff. So if I don't keep it, I'm gonna forget it. Why do you think I get lost in games so much? Have you ever smacked your teeth with your headphones? No, I can't say I've done that. I can't say I've done that. I'm gonna link a clip of Johnny's Sonic 3 CD and Knuckles review with breakdancing Eggman. Yeah, I don't have the links set up here, or I have them blocked here. 300% recommend Generation if you want to get into Boost because it's one of the two good ones. Like that seems like a better reasoning for it. I've been doing a list of games I finished this year, and I think I'm at 28 games finished. Wow. See, if I went back, I don't even remember what I've beaten this year. Generations for Boost gameplay. Unleashed has really fun Boost levels, but they're tucked in a meandering story and the werehog crap. If you hadn't said yet, how did you grow up with Sonic? What was your first game? Pepper, here's my problem as an old gamer. My first game is always the first one. What was your first Castlevania, your first Mega Man, your first Mario? Actually, my first Mario game was Super Mario, so that one technically isn't true. My first Sonic game was Sonic 1. And then my second Sonic game was Sonic 2, and then Sonic 3, and then Sonic and Knuckles, and then Spinball. That's it. And then I remember seeing Adventure when it first came out, and it just didn't click with me. And I never played more. They didn't release any more. I wanted to play the advanced games, but I never got to play them. And that was it. And then I didn't really play I didn't really give a crap about another Sonic game until Mania. Mania was the first time in a long time that I looked at the franchise and said, oh, that looks awesome. And I played like Paper Jam, Sonic Jam, like some of the collections and stuff. I played the Sega CD game a little bit, but I wasn't really. I don't know, something was weird about that game that I didn't like. Rewatching the Punisher LP, dude, and the comic book tangent was the best part of the LP because of how daunting it is to get into comics. Luckily, both DC and Marvel have comic streaming apps that let you have access to almost every comic they publish. Continuity is still a problem. And Wakazi, if I didn't say it in that, where to start is also the problem. Because the continuity is an issue, and because, start at the beginning, all right, I have 40 years of comics to read. So that's always comic books are very daunting for people. I should think Sonic Mania could be a little too difficult for first-timers. Interesting. My issue is more if you like Generations and try to go back to the older Boost games, you'll feel that inconsistency more strongly. Generations is great. Adventure 1 is actually arguably representative of 3D Sonic games as a collective. Good Sonic gameplay, overall straightforward Sonic, awkward gimmicky Sonic, and awkward gimmick Sonic, and stupid sub-mode Sonic. I think Frontiers is a nice game overall despite Island 3. Just get it on. I have it already, and I hated it. I liked Island 1 and 2. I thought they were fine. I thought those bosses were kind of tough, but there were definitely mechanics I wasn't picking up on. But yeah, Island 3, I hated it. And it's such a shame because I feel like I could have beaten that game if all you did with Island 3 was you got rid of all the side-scrolling stuff. There was just too much of it. I couldn't stand it. Unleashed boils down to collectathon aspect mainly. Even ignoring a few mandatory parts is just barely tolerable. I had some fun with Island 4 despite the baffling choice for the final boss. I did put a video in Discord about buying one item. Sonic CD is weird. You're not alone on that. Oh, so I'm not alone on that. Which I don't know what it was about the game. I don't know what it was. You know what I think it actually was? To be honest with you, I think it was the time travel mechanic. I think the time travel mechanic is very strange. Like I feel like it adds something to the game that I just don't care to be there. But I also didn't play the game enough to understand the time travel mechanic. So maybe that was the problem. A Generation much like Mania is such an exception. It's not really accurate to the other Sonic games around it. But is it a good game? Next to hear someone else who didn't vibe with Frontier. Oh, Bah, you're in the right place. I think a lot of people didn't vibe with that game. Ellie Keen, what's going on? Just so unnecessarily punishing. Forgot to mention that folks, there's a comic book community on Reddit can also guide you to reading orders for most comic books online. Granted, you still have the legwork of so much reading material to catch up on. Sonic CD is very weird, but if you like the weird, it really clicks. Frontiers. The Frontiers music is A+. The boss music. I have 2 of the boss songs. I fought 2 bosses in Frontiers because I only finished the 2 islands. I fought 2 bosses. And both of those songs are on my gym playlist. They're awesome. The music is incredible for that game. I should listen further into the soundtrack too, since I'm not going to play the game. I vibe with Frontier so little that I didn't even buy the game. I think I think that was a donation. That was a donation game for me. That was somebody paid me to play that game. Time travel's awkward to trigger, and the only incentive you have is the good futures and good ending if you get everything, in case you just hate the special stages. AGM donated that, right? Yeah, AGM donated that. I find the ambient music super forgettable, so I kind of forget that there was ambient music in that game. And you never got to hear the Find Your Flame, which is the 3rd boss theme. So, yeah, I'll have to listen to that. And see how that goes. Let me see here. I might have. I thought I listened to that music before. It's like how I didn't play Baldur's Gate 3 until recently, and I've listened to that whole soundtrack. I've listened to it all at least once, but there's individual songs that I've listened to multiple times. Let me tell you something weird. When you have your headphones on and you walk down the street and you're listening to Twisted Force, you feel invincible. You feel like I hope for their sake nobody messes with me for these next 2.5 minutes. That's one of those songs that you are going to tear somebody apart if they try to mess with you when you listen to that song. and then the song's over, and then you hear the Weeping Dawn, and then you want to start crying. It's so good. I feel the way with the Zelda OST in general. I finished the entire map Breath of the Wild before doing the second Divine Beast. Stone, I'm pretty sure I finished the entire map before I did the first one. I always do that for those games. I explore. And I open up all of the map, and then I start doing some of the objectives. I think I did no, for Tears. No, I did the same thing for Tears. I did the same thing for Tears of the Kingdom until I realized there was another map. And then I said, all right, let me do some objectives here. I would do an objective, and then I would explore for another 10, 15 hours. And then I would do another objective. It also helps that game, before I finished the first dungeon in Tears of the Kingdom, I had done all of the tiers. The 13 spots where you have to go where the dragon tiers were, which was kind of weird because that did unlock some stuff that I think was supposed to be kind of a secret. But I did all of the tiers before I did any of the other like story stuff. How many times did I listen to Final Act? Bazero, Raphael's Final Act? Is that the one? Lives, all mortal lives expire. Oh my god, that's so good. You're magical from the and I'm over the moon inspired, but I definitely can't punch anyone. Doing the underground map is a pain to finish. Oh yeah, try not to. Oh yeah. I met him. Speaking of BG3, I finally did meet him. I met him. I had the quick meeting with him, and then it was over. All right. So before anything else, let's talk about what we're gonna do today. So the original plan today, and we can still do that. I'll let you guys decide. We can still do that. The plan today was gonna be BioShock Infinite. We're gonna play BioShock Infinite. The BioShock collection was a donation game. Was donated by Logan. So I wanted to start trying out some of the donation stuff. And I've already played BioShock 1, and I played BioShock 2, but I didn't really dig it. I got like 5 or 6 hours into it before I dropped it. This is back in the day when it was out. So Infinite is the one that I've heard very good things about, even if the sentiment is kind of turning on that game for some reason. But I've heard very good things about Infinite, so I was going to give it a shot because it was a donation game. But I got to be honest with you, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling more Baldur's Gate-y. I also thought about playing Mega Man X, because we have Mega Man X on Steam. So I thought about doing that too, but I don't know. I'm kind of feeling Baldur's Gate-y. But I don't know if I should play Baldur's Gate right now because of where I am. And I feel like I'm not going to... I feel like I'm not... Like, am I going to spoil anything, right? If I play Baldur's Gate? Like, is anybody here trying to keep secrets for Baldur's Gate for themselves that they haven't played the game yet? We had started X1, so I don't know if I would just finish X1, but I'd rather play X2. Let me go back up. So it makes it seem like Link was a shonen anime protag and treated the Divine Beasts and bosses as season arcs. Oh, I kind of like that. You know something funny? I recently dusted off my PS2 and it still works. Maybe I can finally get back and finish Max Payne. Dude, Max Payne is great. You should play Max Payne. Max Payne 1 is awesome. I love that game. Infinite is a great game until the end. Uh-oh. I tried 1. I shouldn't have forced myself to play it for as long as I did. I like BioShock 1. I actually thought that was pretty good. Seeing other people get shots make me kind of queasy, and BioShock is full of that. BioShock peaked in the first game. I mean, people seem to really like 3, but I feel like recent sentiment has changed on Infinite. I feel like people used to praise that game, and everybody told me that it was awesome. And now I feel like people talk about BioShock Infinite and say, it was all right. And I think, why? Why now? Infinite's issue pretty much always been its story, which, by the way, it got DLC for which players hoped would fix the story. It ended up annoying fans. Lilac's never played BG3. Lilac, you are in hiding for the shenanigans you've caused in BG3. X2 is the bomb. It better to get. You better get to it. Oh, I love X2. X2 is amazing. Hope the Max Payne. Yeah, I hope the Max Payne remake does come out soon. I hope the Max Payne remake is good, man. I hope the voice work is good. I hope the gameplay is really good. I hope that they do a lot with that. They make the bullet time fun, and I really hope they do. I don't want them to do that game. That's a game that I can honestly say I don't want them to do that badly. Horror media. It's kind of horror media. Flash. If you're talking about BioShock, I'm not a big horror person either, but I do like a good story. I do like some twists and turns, and I think BioShock 1 definitely had that. I don't think it was a horror game the way you might think. I think it was just, it wasn't like Dead Space. Playing BioShock wasn't like playing Dead Space. Now, if you don't like horror and gore and stuff, don't play Dead Space. That is not the game you want to play. I played Max Payne a lot back in the day. I just never finished it because I would get lost easily, especially during the nightmare sequences are a bit weird. What you have to realize about the nightmare sequences is that they are kind of guiding you. You have to listen. You need the audio cues. The audio cues for the nightmare sequences, I think, were the most important thing. Not a fan of BioShock Infinite because I'm personally not a fan of the removal of the weapon wheel and the fact that it's more like a standard shooter compared to the more horror style of the first two games. Ironically, Ronan says horror. Yeah, I never really thought of BioShock as horror in that way. When I think of horror, I think of gore. And I don't know. I don't remember BioShock being over the top with that kind of stuff. DLCs led to Infinite's fall because base game story ending many hated, but the gameplay was really good, and the promise the story DLC made people go, well, maybe this isn't the real end, and then the DLC came out, ended badly, and players fully turned. Okay, I think I'm lost there, Sizzy. I'm guessing those are lyrics for something, but I'm definitely lost. The baby crying was for only, it was only for those sections. Yeah, it was the only clue for those sections. Yeah, it definitely was. Only sad thing about Max Payne Remake is the voice actor pass. Yeah, I know. It's not gory, but it's kind of scary, especially if you're afraid of the death. I think BioShock's fear, I think the fear in that game came from the atmosphere more than anything else. It definitely wasn't a jump scary kind of game. It wasn't a violent gore. I wouldn't call it a psychological horror. I think it was just atmosphere wise. It was spooky. I said horror style because I don't have a word to describe the atmosphere of the first two games. And I think it's got a fear inducing atmosphere, but I never called them horror games. I always called them atmospheric adventure games, fear driven. But I don't know. I guess it's more like suspense, like suspense adventure sort of thing. Resident Evil, I would call Resident Evil a horror game, horror action. I would call. Technically I would call it an adventure game, horror adventure. I think I would call Resident Evil. I don't think it's again, 4 in particular, I think so. I think that there was enough there. It may not have been the blood and gore that you might be used to for a game like that, but I think, I would call it horror enough. I think I would call that a horror game. Horror, yeah. I want to say adventure horror, but it really is more actiony. I felt like the action was more the thing in that game. So yeah, that's probably what I would call that. You're not scrounging for ammo either. Yeah, suspenseful. It's kind of like the Alien movies, the first two Alien movies. The first one I would call a suspense thriller, and the second one I would call a action. I would call an action shoot 'em up. I would call that an action movie. But the first one I would call a suspense thriller because it wasn't really an actiony kind of movie, right? It wasn't a team of commandos blasting their way through the aliens. It was one alien on a ship of people that were basically defenseless, and the trick was to survive. That was a survival movie more than it was anything else. I barely describe 4 as horror. The only scary part, and that's the thing. The only scary part in that game is the regenerator. The rest is standard body horror, which don't. But that's horror. Standard body horror is horror. That's why when I say horror, I really mean atmosphere and behavior. And it was that. It had gore, and it had, blowing people's heads off, and their heads would have these tentacle things that would come out, and they would come at you, and well, not that, but you had, monsters and creatures and stuff. But I would still call it horror. But BioShock, I don't know. I never really looked at BioShock that way. BioShock was just more not environmental. It was more atmospheric. It was like think of a parking lot. If you've ever been in a parking garage at 1 a.m., there's nothing scary going on there. There's not zombies or gore monsters or brains or anything, but that is a terrifying atmosphere. Being in a parking garage by yourself, nobody else, right? It's dark everywhere. That's a terrifying atmosphere, but it's not gory. So it's more atmospheric than anything else. Basic bitch horror be its own classification. No. I think horror would just be horror. I just think that maybe there's, and you could say this about BioShock, that maybe there's just different versions of it. It's the hidden crackheads. Lilac, that's true, because it's the hidden ones you got to worry about. Resident Evil 4 horror. It's not the main part of it. I don't know. It's definitely not the main part of it as much as some of the other games. Now, for what little I've seen of 5 and 6, I question whether or not I'd call those horror games. Reporting still mid-moving. I finished cleaning up my old house, primarily waiting for the internet provider so I can get back to work. Spent all of yesterday going from city to city because the entire kitchen was still left from getting out of the house. It was urgent due to being the deadline to leave the house. So I'm glad you're doing better, AGM. But AGM, things are looking up. That's what I would say. Maybe you're not doing better just yet, but things are looking up. But welcome. I'm glad you're here, and I'm excited for Insect Glaive, AGM. It's looking good. Now we're getting into, does having elements of a thing make you that thing, or Dragoon? What elements make that thing? How many of those elements make that thing? That's where it starts to happen, right? No, Something Made Part 4 definitely does do it well indirectly at times. 6 tried to have horror root but was still actiony. And again, you can be action horror. It does work. 5 and 6 are more action games. Yeah, they're action games with horror elements. I think maybe that's a good way to put it. Some games are action games with horror elements. Some games are horror games with action elements. And I think that the problem with Resident Evil 4 that everybody didn't like, and to an extent 3, I think what people didn't like is that it went too far. I think 4 became an action game with horror elements, and people didn't want that anymore. They wanted the horror, puzzle solving, limited resources sort of games that the other games were. They didn't want you to feel all powerful, because 4 does that. I'll admit that 4 makes you feel all powerful. You do get to a point in that game where you're gonna so maxed out, and you've got so much ammo, and there's so many resources that you have that you feel unstoppable. And when I watched, I remember I played 1 and 0, and I never felt unstoppable in that. When I played 1, I never felt unstoppable in that game. I always felt like I was a couple of hits away from death. And that kind of adds to the atmosphere of the game. 4 is about as much horror as Aliens or Terminator at some point. I think with 4 is remove Leon and had nothing to do with Resident Evil outside the name. No, I thought that the... Oh, wait, 4. I was thinking 2 for some reason. Probably because you said Leon. 4, yeah. Lilac, you're right. You're 100% right about that. 4 wasn't really a Resident Evil game at all. They weren't even zombies. They were the Los Plagas. They weren't even zombies. So, yeah, 4 wasn't really... Like you said, if you remove Leon, it's not a Resident Evil game at all. Do you think 4 should have been a side story? Like a Code Veronica game? Right? Resident Evil Code Las Plagas or something? And it was like Code Veronica, where it was something else that the main characters were doing, they were doing while other Resident Evil things were happening? It's Los Plagas. Not the Los Plagas. What? It's not the Plagas? And to that, I think that the I felt vulnerable aspect is important to her. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem with BioShock, is that BioShock I kind of felt strong too. So maybe the big draw, like maybe the big difference in horror games is that even at the end of the game, there should be a sensation of helplessness. You should never feel like I can blow the boss's head off and I'm done. You should always feel like I'm 2 hits away from death. The El Las Plagas. The El Las Los Plagas. Kind of like a Parasite Eve. RPG with horror theme. Parasite Eve 2 was a horror game with RPG mechanics built in. And then Koudelka was horror JRPG. Wow, Zero. I haven't heard anybody mention Koudelka in forever. Yeesh. The chanting, etc., that the Plagas do in 4 is pretty creepy as well. I think Clock Tower is another horror series that makes you feel fragile. Yeah, Clock Tower does it, but I didn't like the Clock Tower games. They just weren't for me. Code Veronica was meant to be 3, and Nemesis are the side story. Sony reminded Capcom, you owe us 3 mainline Resident Evil games. That's why Nemesis is the 3rd game. Yeah, Nemesis was at least more connected to it. It's kind of like 16 RPG debate. It has RPG elements, but a lot of those elements are window dressing. Clearly much more action. Yeah, it's definitely a much more action game. Signalist. I've heard a lot of people mention Signalist, and I don't think I want to play that game. Signalist definitely falls into, if I'm going to die category. Yeah, I don't know if I want to play that game. That game looks scary. We didn't do that. We didn't do that for Halloween, right? We didn't do that for the Halloween SGB stuff. Isn't that a relatively new game? We might have to do that this year. It's amazing, though. We might have to do that this year. Let's see here. Oh. I want to see you play Little Misfortune? Little Misfortune? Video game. There it is. Oh, this looks adorable. Is this like Lucky the Plucky Squire? Is that what this is? It looks adorable. I'm sure this isn't scary at all. I'm sure it's fine. Has there been a game that actually scared you to the point of not playing it? Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2. I played Silent Hill 2 when it came out. I played it at night. It was midnight. I had my surround sound system on. And I was walking through a hall, and you have the little radio, right? You have the zombie or whatever creature noises. And I remember my anxiety was so high that I knew if something jumped out at me, I was probably going to pee my pants. So I turned it off and I played it the next day when the sun was out. I remember I told everybody the next day, and people said, "Why didn't you just like turn the surround sound off?" I'm like, but that's the atmosphere. I was playing at midnight, surround sound, lights off. It was just me, and all I thought was, if something jumps out at me, if my phone rings, or if, God forbid, my cat came in. At the time, it was my one cat was Millhouse. If he came in and I didn't notice him and he jumped on me, I would have peed my pants. So I turned the game off. I said, yeah, I'm not playing this. This is crazy. I think it's either Evil Within or Evil Dead. Signalist and Resident Evil in space featuring robo-lesbians. I mean, I'm in. That actually sounds really good. I didn't play first Resident Evil. I was legit afraid. But I also was like 7. It took me years before I dared to play through Ravenholm and Half-Life 2. Speaking of horror games, I'm actually really glad that the totally defenseless is the only way I'm going to make a good horror game is going the way of the dodo, because it honestly doesn't make it fun. It just becomes hide and seek with loud noises. And that's kind of what we're talking about. Like I do think that there should always be some element of you feel weak I think that that's the thing with horror games, is that you should have there should always be a fear element. And from a gameplay standpoint, if you know that you can kill anything that approaches, I think you lose the horror aspect. I do think that there's a fear element that isn't there when you know that you have the power to win. So I do think that you should be helpless in some way. I just think that you should also have enough resources where, despite the fear, if you keep a level head, you can overcome it. Obviously, I don't want you to just go in with a stick the whole time. Couldn't mention Mario for long because I was afraid of the eel. I remember seeing the commercial for Silent Hill 2, and 10-year-old me was like, nope, no, this looks adorable. Nvidia leaked 16. When the F am I playing that game? I thought the whole thing was leaked? Huh? Little Misfortune is a great game. It's also one of the first experience games. First experience game, so the less you know, the going in, the better. Oh yeah. Amanda the Adventurer is kind of like that, and Doki Doki Literature Club, I think, is probably the most famous example of that I can think of, where you need to play that game without knowing what's about to happen in that game. I think that Doki Doki Literature Club. Because people ask me if I would ever play it on stream, and I said no because I already know what's going to happen. And I think you lose a lot of that if you know. Oh, NVIDIA leaked the potential build for 16 PC, so a release date may be soon. Okay. I know some footage leaked for the new Call of Duty game, for Black Ops 6. Apparently, they released a bunch of footage got out, and people saw all the movement and stuff. And I guess they weren't happy about that one. I don't know. I always kind of wonder about, we've hypothesized about those leaks, where I always kind of wonder if they do that themselves. Oh no, an early build of our game got leaked. Sure hope nobody plays it. And then people play it. They make videos. They strike the videos down, but enough people see it. It causes buzz. But then, while it causes buzz, people are also saying, yeah, I played the early build and I didn't like this or I didn't like that. And then they are on the other end going, how dare you play our early leaked build of the game, but it's an early build, so that's why you shouldn't hold it against us. But now that we have feedback, we're early enough that we can change it. Shame. It's a good tactic. I've leaked the profile setting for 16 2 days ago. And the only way to win is to hide, but more like, say, Resident Evil, where you can defend yourself. Yeah, but you have to be smart about it and know you cannot fight everything, and you still got to be careful. Yeah, it took me a while to realize I'm not supposed to fight everything. Well, which one were we playing? Was it 7? Was 7 the one where I was dying, and then people kept having to tell me, like, you're not supposed to fight everything? And I thought, oh, yeah, I'm definitely not used to that. I don't typically play horror games, so I'm not used to the concept of, you mean I'm not supposed to fight everything? I don't understand. Prime 1 was just walking around in Metroid from off screen, jumped on my head, and I turned the game off. Yeah, Resident Evil 7 was, please don't fight everything, sir. God, I really wanted to, though. Seeing two millennials looking at a DDLC recommendation on same post. One was actually thinking, this looks so cute. I'll play this. Yeah, I love that, Flash. And you have to let them. That's the Flash. That's the problem with that. When somebody says, "Oh, I love visual novels. This game looks adorable," you have to let them. You have to let them understand what's happening to them. But they're not going to understand it. They're not going to appreciate it if they don't experience it for themselves. You need to just watch them, and then Flash, when the game turns on you, when the game turns on them, that's when you can say, so you understand going forward, this game is a psychological horror game, and you are supposed to be disturbed and confused and frightened by the things that are happening. I think once the big twist happens, I think then it's safe to let somebody, don't tell them what's going to happen, but I think it's safe to let them know, by the way, that is the point of this game, is that it's supposed to throw you for a loop at the beginning, and now you have a better understanding, but it's going to get more. It's going to be more of this. So if you don't like this, that's the one thing, is that if you don't like it, don't do it. Metro and Castlevania horror games, and you get to kill things. Yeah. See, I never. You know what's crazy, Kia? I never really considered Metroid a horror game in any way whatsoever. Castlevania, I think, has a horror atmosphere, but I don't really consider it a horror game. I think the point of Castlevania is that you show up at the gates of Castlevania and you're already very capable. So I don't really consider it a horror game. It's like Aliens. You know, I mentioned Aliens earlier. I don't consider that a horror movie in any way whatsoever. It's a team of Marines that show up, right? They show up ready to kick some ass. Of course, they get overwhelmed, but it's not really the same thing for me. Even, you know what's one that I think people would definitely consider as a horror game, and even I was always kind of like, it's horror atmosphere, but I don't consider it a horror game. Splatterhouse. I never really considered Splatterhouse a horror game. It's got gore, for the time being, that's what it was. But it's got gore and stuff, but I never really looked at the Splatterhouse games and thought, oh my God, I'm terrified. It was just, ew, it was gross. It was gross. It was a horror game because it was gross, but not because it was scary. Splatterhouse was never scary to me. So it wasn't horror for that. Yeah, horror-themed platformers is what I would call it. Yeah, horror-themed platformer. Theming is a powerful thing. It does enough. I seriously thought you were going to say Splatoon. No. Hold on, let me go back up. Resident 4 is hard because here's bullet, gun upgrade shot. Yeah, and that's why I say, like, I think 4 is the one that 4 has horror elements, but it's an action game. When I first got into Gears, first time they had a Berserker, and when I first got to it, it charged right at me, killed me, and it cut off right there. I mean, I was scared the first time I played Tomb Raider 1 on the PlayStation 1, and I was shooting dinosaurs for some reason, and I'm shooting raptors, and then all of a sudden this raptor starts running at me, so I start shooting at it, and it doesn't die, and then the raptor's getting bigger, and then by the time I realized it was a T-Rex, I was scared, and I was dead. But I wouldn't call that a horror game. It scared the hell out of me, but I wouldn't call it a horror game. It's B-horror. Honestly, some of those bosses and enemies in Splatoon are kind of unsettling. Speak for yourself. Splatterhouse 3's cutscenes are super. I didn't play the third one. I only played Splatterhouse 1 and 2. The third one was the Genesis exclusive one, right? I never played that one. Or was 2 also Genesis exclusive? Salmon Run has some scary stuff. I found the creepy butler in one of the Tomb Raiders. I found the butler creepy in one of the Tomb Raiders. The dinosaurs never scare me, but that legless monster boss later in the first turn. Isn't that the last boss? The one that kind of crawls around? I thought that was the final boss of the game. It might be. Think 2 was also only on the Mega Drive, yeah. I have to go take care of something. You already covered the sad news about GX. Wait. What about GX? Game Explain? Do we feel sad for Game Explain? I don't know. What happened? It was the entrance to the last boss. Okay. Wait, the last boss Lilac in the first Tomb Raider game, wasn't it the wealthy research lady, but she was transformed into the creature? Wasn't that the last boss of that game? God, it's been forever. GX is Game Explain? Mr. L, you're saying GX. Game Explain is shutting down? Really? Are you saying Game Explain is shutting down? When you say GX, I think Game Explain. Or do you mean those GX TVs? Because I thought that they stopped a long time ago. Game Explain. Really? Wait, what? Look at the Twitter pages. Rest in peace, Game Explain. What? Wow, wait a minute. Breaking news. An announcement regarding GX YouTube channel. This is a long tweet. How long is this tweet? Oh, it's not that long. All right, hold on. Breaking news, everybody. Apparently, Game Explain is shutting down. I have a long tweet here from Here, do we have a sound effect for? We don't have a breaking news sound effect, but let's see if we have a sound effect that works for breaking news. Maybe not that one. Okay, sorry. Oh my! Why are these sound effects so loud?
We shall come.
There we go. Is this from the other day? Was it? I didn't know that it was this. It's from yesterday.
What?
It's from yesterday. So,
Oh, wait,
okay,
you're
right.
serious. Let me laugh even harder.
All right. So this is from Andre. This is from Andre Segers, who admittedly there was some controversy in the past couple of years with them, or a couple of years ago, I should say. An announcement regarding the GX YouTube channel. I'm sad. I'll move this over here, so I'm not leaning over. I'm saddened to say that due to softening revenue, it's become impossible to continue to sufficiently provide for my full-time team members. I tried everything imaginable to avoid this for as long as possible, including foregoing any payment myself for more than 2 years and reinvesting 100% of the revenue back into the company, but sadly, these efforts weren't enough. I couldn't be more proud of what my team has accomplished in the time I was fortunate enough to have them. They have created so many incredible video features that I believe are among the very best to be found on gaming YouTube. I'll miss having my team here, but I know Joey and Triss have a promising future, as they are both extremely talented all-star creators and would make an amazing addition to any team. And I know they will both continue to kick tons of ass at whatever they do next. So, Game Explain is apparently going to fold as a YouTube channel. I never watched GX. It's rather unfortunate. So my experience with GX was through Derek Bittner, and I was a Derek fan. Like that's what I was there for. After Derek left, and after the controversy that had happened around Derek leaving, and I believe a couple other people left, and a lot of information came out about Andre, which I say that it came out about Andre, but it was really just about the business practices of Game Explain. Some of the stress that the employees were going through, and some of the situations that the employees were going through. After that, I stopped watching them. I didn't want to support them in any way. That was definitely supporting Derek more than anything else. You know, and then eventually Good Vibes Gaming popped up, so that was good. That ended up being good for Derek. But yeah, I didn't really watch Game Explain after that, and then before that, I only really watched Game Explain for Derek. So, you know, Andre, I know that Andre, I don't know him as a person, but I know the experience that came out around him. So I'm not going to say good or bad about the person because I didn't know him, but I will say that whatever problems that channel had seemed to be somewhat self-inflicted. So I have sympathy for the people that aren't going to have a job anymore, but I don't, this is going to sound really harsh, I don't have sympathy for the loss of a company that didn't seem to, I don't know what it's been like in recent years, but the Game Explain that I know didn't seem to treat its employees very well. So I'm less concerned with that. Again, I have all the sympathy in the world for the actual employees, and I don't know Andre enough to say that I don't wish him well. So I wish him well. I wish most people well. But you know, if it's gotta go, it's gotta go. And you know, people don't like to hear that. They want to hear that everything wants to be saved and everything needs to be saved. And you know, in Game Informer just recently, they kind of screwed the Game Informer people over. They found out really closely, and I think the Game Informer situation, I think the problem with that is it's more about how it happened than the fact that it happened. Hold on, I see you're saying, Dragon. I was in the middle of it, but hang on. Then they aren't shutting down. They're letting 2 workers go. It sounded like he said that they were shutting down. Santa said, "It's become impossible to continue sufficiently provide for my full-time team members. They tried everything imaginable to avoid this. I've tried everything imaginable to avoid this for as long as possible. I'll miss having my team here." So is he like? That's a good question then, because you're right. The way I read that was that it isn't. I thought it was going away, so it's not going away. They're just letting 2 people go. I'm sorry. Yeah, I went through all of that. And in a later post, he clarified the channel isn't dead. So who's going to be there, I wonder? What is it, just him? Hold on, let me go back up. They aren't shutting down. They're refocusing and letting people go to save costs. I believe we clarified that later. Derek is the guy that plays stuff with you guys during events and stuff. Yeah, he has his own channel, Bit Nerd Gaming, on Twitch. He does stream, and he's a great guy. He's a fantastic human being. I've met him many times in person. In regard to controversy, it's the same leak as other YouTube drama we're used to. Certainly the breakups of former team members, it never got personal, at least. Though I did stop giving on Patreon when Derek, Ash, and John and Steve left. John was John Game Explained? I thought John was Nintendo Life for a while. And kind of moved on to Nintendo Life instead of GX after everything that happened. Yeah, so I think that kind of messed it up for a lot of people. I feel sorry for everyone but Andre. Trust me, I have empathy and don't wish him any bad, but being a bad boss ain't the worst thing ever, but he does deserve the fallout. For years before he left, I thought Game Explained was Derek's based on BSC, people calling him Mr. Game, because he was Mr. Game Explained. He kind of was. Andre, my understanding is during the Derek time, Andre was more behind the scenes, so Derek was the face of it. Yeah, he just can't afford the staff. So I guess Andre's gonna run the channel himself. That ought to be interesting. I don't know how many other people are on staff for him, if that's even a staff thing. The known history with GX, how the controversy soured my opinion about GX and Andre. I hope most of the content they produce I didn't enjoy as much. All I have to say is, well, John joined Nintendo Life a year after leaving GX. Okay. I was thinking after people left and formed GVG, I went there because without them, GX felt like it missed something. This year makes me worry when someone calls someone a great or fantastic human being. No, I mean I've met him and Derek for the things I know about Derek's personal life, which I'm not going to talk about Derek's personal life. I can tell you that he is a great person. Everything that I know about him, and not all of it's private, it's just not my business to talk about, but the things that I know about him and the interactions that I've had with him, both on and off, both in and out of RL, right, real life, have always been fantastic. And the things that I know about him just solidify that. Nintendo Life for a year after leaving GX, then joined GVG. Okay. GVG was an era doing for GX, but Andre stopped doing that and didn't allow newcomers to work their way. If he's running it himself now, he would see the crazy. Yeah, I think Sims. That's kind of what I was thinking too. If Andre really does run that channel by himself and he tries to keep it afloat, I think the first thing he's going to see is this is what I've been doing to people. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to take your hobby and turn it into not only a job but a bad job. And I can fully imagine the stress. That's why I talk here about, growing and trying to do other stuff and, get assets and change equipment and stream more or make more videos. I talk about all that stuff, but I know that I don't want to get to a point where I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to get to a point where I dread sitting down and streaming or making YouTube videos because it's just so much of it. And I worry that that's what happened to that channel. That channel used to be great, and then slowly but surely it's stopped being great. And I think it's just because they just tried to do too much. According to your response in the channel, not being dead. It's on Twitter? Okay, hold on. Oh. Dragoon. This post is from an account you blocked. Hold on. I think I can see it. The channel won't be shutting down, but I'm still figuring out what form it takes. Okay. So he's not shutting down, but it is taking a break. Yeah, I forgot that I had blocked them. But it did let me see it. So it's not shut down yet. Or it's not shut down, but it's probably going to be on hiatus while he figures out what to do with it. Then the question is just going to become, is he going to come back? Right. Oh my God. AI voiceovers. Mr. L, that channel dies in a heartbeat if everything becomes AI voiceovers. That channel dies instantly. I think, anyway. We didn't need to go private. Bell speaks wonders about him as a person, parent, and partner. Yeah. Yeah, Bellaim on Twitch, Bellaim, another content creator that is his partner. And they're very, very good. He has tons of fun too. I'm sure Derek's a good human being. It's just this year, so many people. I mean, yeah. Jerf. As is my understanding, Derek has never spoken in an inappropriate way to an underage person, so he's already better than apparently a lot of content creators out there. I don't know what this thing is where they can't not do that, but there's also a rumor that the channel is actually not doing so bad, but that Andre's been overspending that revenue on external stuff, thus he can't pay his stat. That's probably, I'm hoping that's just a rumor, Dragoon, and I will treat it as such. It was the one chance to mess up when it's, AI voice work is I can't stand it. GX never embraced sponsorships, which was probably a mistake. Yeah, maybe they should have done that. Maybe they should have done a Patreon. I don't know, Mr. L. I think that GX maybe tried to be something that it didn't have the resources to be. GX wanted to be this. They wanted to be the news media. They wanted to be the video game news media. They wanted to be the new G4. And when GX performed best is when it wasn't trying to be that. When it made game reviews. And when you had Derek up there and it was a lot of fun and it was interesting and you can feel the passion that they had for gaming coming through just their voice. And I think that's when it performed best. And I think it started to falter when they wanted to be the news. When they wanted to be the thing and they had to be out at all of the big events and they had to have the game reviews ready. That's one of the things that Derek complained about, was that you'd get a brand new game and then you had 3 days to play it and you had to blast through it. And then you had to make a video and you had to write a review and you had to do a lot of stuff. And I think that is not good for them. I think that you can become that. I think that you can definitely become that, but you have to become that. And I don't think that GX was something else long enough. And that's it. It's, I don't know. They thought they were bigger than they were, maybe, and then they tried to be that. Which I get it. Dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. So they wanted to put out this air that that's who they were, and they figured that's what would get them in. People would treat them like video game news when they acted like video game news and they had the resources like video game news. But it just didn't work. They did too much. They did too much, and Andre demanded too much from people. And again, I say that I don't know what the behind the scenes were, but I say what I say what I was shown. I can only react to what I was shown and what I was told. And what I was told was that he tried to get a lot out of them. And we saw that coming through, and we eventually heard that in all the controversy. Wasn't the channel hijacked a while back? I don't know. In the case of Derek, everyone but him talks wonders of Derek. He never speaks about his stuff, is everyone else. Based on views to revenue estimations, but again, nothing concrete. Apparently, though, this isn't the first mainly Nintendo-focused channel to be shutting down recently. I mean, I think that that's just going to happen in general. It didn't need to be, but they were already doing something great. Being just gaming talk. Yeah, it was AGM. It was already a more professionally put together gaming news channel. That's all you needed to be. And then slowly but surely, you move up. But I think he went too fast. I think he tried to jump ahead, and it wasn't gonna work. They did have a Patreon, but it wasn't much. But a bunch of us left and moved to GVG after the breakup. Yeah, you can do that, but you have to commit. And Andre didn't. See, I don't know, AGM. I think the problem was Andre overcommitted, but not everybody was ready to do that, and he overcommitted to the idea of it before he had the resources to do it. I think that's what happened. He wanted to be the next IGN. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like he was trying to position GX to be the next IGN. But you weren't IGN. If anything, people talk crap about IGN. You don't want to be them. You never wanted to be them. You shouldn't have done that. And I'm just speculating. RGX issue, not paying and chasing out the talent who had ideas, but he wanted it for free. GX wanted to be the gaming news without the big resources to back them to be the news. He wanted to be the one getting the benefits while trying to cheap out the most he could. The channel got hijacked earlier in the year and used to push 2 crypto stuff. Same thing happened to LTT last year, which is kind of wild that LTT would get hacked, right? It's a tech channel. The Good Vibe Gaming's happened, and Good Vibe Gaming is better. They are fundamentally better, and it's because they do less. You've got gaming news out there, so let GVG be a more personalized experience. And it works very well. You don't need to do much for gaming news. All you need to be is active on social media and constantly content farm. No, yeah, I mean, you want to review, but I think the direction that gaming has been going in the direction that it's in right now, I think it's easy to be gaming news from your living room. I think that it just takes work. You don't have to be flying everybody out to the newest events to get the newest information. It's nice if they're going to go. It's nice to have a correspondent at some of these places, but I don't think it's mandatory. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's, especially if your employees can't do it. I don't think it's necessary to be putting your employees through physical and mental stress to go and be at all of these events when they don't want to be there. Oh, he did work at IGN. There you go. You read Derek's response. He clearly talks about Andre demanding work. Yeah, not paying and then gaslighting about when they would get paid. Did he work at IGN? Did Andre work at IGN? That's kind of funny then, that I would call it that. I wouldn't even known that, and that's funny if he did. So yeah, that I think was the problem. So I mean, we'll see what happens with GX. You know, well, you'll have to let me know because I have him blocked. But you'll have to let me know what happens with GX. But I don't think that bodes well for the channel. I think that in the end, I mean, we kind of said this about when G4 collapsed the second time. Is it even necessary? Do we think that we need? I mean, I feel like any void. I feel like the void that we would want GX to fill, GVG kind of fills. So, and IGN is already there, and maybe not Kotaku. I don't think Kotaku does the same thing. I think the void that GX wanted to fill, IGN already fills. So I don't particularly think there was a void there. You know, IGN, for the crap that they get, they do fill a need, I guess. You know, we talk trash about IGN, but we read the articles. We look at the scores. Even if we laugh at the scores, we look at the scores. So IGN does exactly what it needs to do. What you need is something that's like an IGN Lite, a smaller version, something underneath, and that's what GX could have been. But GX tried to do too much. They wanted to step it up, and they shouldn't have done that. I don't think they should have done that. Kotaku, I don't know. Yeah, Kotaku feels like Kotaku is more like editorials than it is reviews. So I don't. Kotaku feels a different void to me. Yeah, GVG don't quite do that. Yeah, I think that GVG Gold. I think that GVG, if they wanted to do the GX thing, I do think that they would have to go up a little bit in what they were doing. You would need a division that maybe does focus a bit more on modern things, because I don't think that GVG does enough of that. But when I say do modern things, I don't particularly mean review every game that comes out, play every game that comes out. I just mean What are you guys doing that's more recent? Talk about some of the recent stuff. Talk about the news. You know, they do the podcast once a week, but I do think that it'd be interesting to have them respond a little bit more to modern gaming stuff. You know, you have like Spawn Wave. However you feel about Spawn Wave, you get videos 7 days a week from Spawn Wave. You get the news 5 days a week, and then he usually does 2 or 3 videos that pop up during the weekend. That's a lot of work. I would never expect him to do that. I applaud him for all of the work that he does over at Spawn Wave. But he's more gaming news than GX. I watch Spawn Wave for news more than I would ever have watched GX, and obviously GVG doesn't really do that sort of thing. So if they wanted to, that's the direction that I would say that they would have to step into. But I don't want them to step into that either. I don't particularly need what GX was trying to become. I don't look at reviews for IGN at all. I don't care about what scores they put on games because the score never matches their. Yeah, Ronan, I think I think Metacritic. If I'm going to look at anybody's scores, it's probably going to be Metacritic. Specifically to laugh at. Yeah, and even IGN is constantly struggling. They do make some deep dive videos for trailer analysis. Yeah, but it's rare. Like that's the only thing that I would say. If GX wanted to step up a little bit and move into a more limelight position, I think that they would have to start pivoting a little. Now they can still do what they're doing, but if they had one person that pivoted more towards modern stuff, just to sort of take and again, not like full-blown reviews, just to sort of take a look, you know, deep dive. They do deep dive into trailers and all, but, you know, play some of the new games that come out if they all did something at some point about that. Like, I do think that there is different work to be done, but I would never tell them to do that. I would never say, change your format. They work because they like their format. Spawn Wave doesn't have comic Spawn. Yeah, turn the analysis machine back on. Well, that's Game Explains, right? Yeah, I like Spawn Wave enough. GVG's strength is that they are so focused, that they like it. They do what they're passionate about. And that's the problem, is that when you focus specifically on new stuff because it's new, you're not doing it because you're passionate about it. You're doing it because it's new. And you lose that. You lose some of that passion. So I would never tell them to do that. If GX wanted to be the next IGN, they would need more employees and money to fly them out to events. Like, I believe even the big news companies are not sending one person to every gaming event. They send a team. Yeah, and GX wanted to do that. They wanted to be that. But you can't do that. That's not something that you can just do. You have to get to the point where it's easy for you to do it. And it wasn't easy for GX to do it. Number filling void. Rather having more than one source in media, competition is a necessity because of less sources. The easier it is to manipulate information. GX wasn't this news platform fighting corruption, but not having more platforms leads to corruption. Yeah, that's a good point. You should definitely have different news medias, but they shouldn't look the same. And that's my problem, is that I think GX was trying to look the same. I think GX was trying to be like IGN, and nobody wanted them to be like IGN. They wanted them because they wanted a different opinion. They wanted something that felt different, that felt less corporate. And GX, I think, for the most part, was when during the Derek times, I think GX had a very professional look, but a very passionate feel. That's the problem with IGN for me. IGN doesn't feel like they care about video games. They feel like they care about running a website and a YouTube channel and revenue. That's what it feels like they care about. It doesn't feel like they care about video games. GX at the time, because of Derek, felt like they cared about video games. And Andre didn't. He didn't care about it the way we want them to. So they should have always stayed the same. IGN do make great guides, though. I see GVG growing, but at a healthy rate, not a run. Worst part of Spawn Wave are kind of the clickbaity video. Yeah, he does do that. I've learned to sort of avoid that. I've learned to not fall for that when it comes to the clickbaity titles. My if I have any problems with Spawn Wave is that it does tend to blow some things out of proportion, because on a slow news day you need something to talk about. So it does need to sound interesting, and a lot of the time, I mean, we've had those days. We've had days like today where we talk for 2 hours. We've had days where we talk for 4 hours. And then we've had days where there's just nothing to talk about. So we've talked for half an hour about our day, and then we get into a game. And you can't do that when you do a 5-day-a-week news cycle. You have to have something to talk about every day. So some of it comes out clickbaity, but then some of it comes out really good. James will sell GVG, the analysis machine, for some quick cash. Sims, sell it for 2,000 Nintendo gold coins, gold points. There you go. All right, so it's definitely too late to play. That wasn't the plan. I didn't do that on purpose. We were just talking. We had a good flow. We had some news that randomly popped up. Yeah, it's been 2 hours and it's 10:55. Yeah, sorry about that, Flash. I was just about to say, it was not the plan, but even if the plan was to play BioShock today, I don't want to give it just 2 hours. We could play Mega Man X, but I am kind of, yeah, we game explained a little too much. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 it's right there, right? Show us my team. Play whatever you want. Do it for Green Biker, dude. No, but I do want to play more Mega Man. I do want to play Mega Man X. I want to play all of the. Well, hold on. Let's be clear here. I played most of the original. No, I played up through Mega Man. I played 1 through 6, and then I played 11. So I should probably go back and play the other one at some point. I do want to play the X games, but really up to 4, right? Up to 5, and then 6. We'll see what happens. Calm down for a second. All of them. I played 1 through 6 over the course of like 2 or 3 days. That was a mistake. I never beat 7. I've beaten 8. I've beaten 9. I've beaten 9, but I haven't beaten 10. But I didn't play. I'm not obviously not on stream. So like, if I were to go through every Mega Man game, I've technically already did 1 through 6. So I would have to do 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then start with the X games. Because I already did 11. X7 streams would be a good riffing material. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah. So give me a minute. Let me run to the restroom. Let me get some coffee, and then when I come back, if it's all right, why don't we? If you'll indulge me, let me play a little more Baldur's Gate 3. I can show you the team that I put together, which is not really super fancy. I feel like at this point in the game, you're going to know exactly who's on the team, and maybe you guys can hang out with me. I have something to do in the. You're probably going to be mad at me for some of you hardcore Baldur's Gate people are probably going to be mad at me for something that I just recently did yesterday. So. All my characters are alive. Don't worry, I didn't kill anybody. But yeah. So we can show that stuff off, and maybe you can watch as I finish something up, and I don't know, maybe reset the game a few times. I have done that a few times. But give me a few minutes, and I will be right back. And Greg remember. Yeah, I remember to play Ad this time. I play X Games. I haven't played X Games. I own them on my Switch. I'm assuming the Mega Man X Games. Yeah, I don't know. It's you know. I wouldn't mind playing the X Games. 1 through 5 are good. 6, you know. 6 was 6. I watched X6. You know, we did it on an SGB, and that was an experience to look at. 7, I mean, 8 I heard was relatively okay, and then Mega Man X7 was the last one that I had tried, and I was supposed to play X8 at least once. That game is just much better than a lot of the previous X game bombs. I mean, yeah, and Mega Man X6 is just really irritating. Mega Man X is a pretty good hockey game. We're back to the end. No. It's in the system. It's still in the system, so it's the first thing on the list. Yeah, that's why. It's so loud. Yeah, I have the disc. It's in the system, so it when I turn the system on, it's the first thing that goes in there. Can you go on the DMC? Oh wait. It is such a good song, isn't it? I just don't want to get it in trouble. I don't want it to get me in trouble. Mega Man X7 is the boring game. Is the boring game of all time. Listen, the one thing like X7, like, is it ugly? Yes. Does it sound crappy? Yes. Does the gameplay suck? Yes. Is the story stupid? Yes. Is the game unnecessary? Yes. All right, let's play some Baldur's Gate 3. All right, let's do this. That was true. It might be J-Ray. I don't know. We played the song without playing the game, so I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, I know what I have to do. Hold on. First of all, I have to do. I have to change the stream title. And then I have to go to the menu and I have to change interface. Where is, hold on, I gotta turn something off here. Gameplay, was it here? Online visibility, some quick saves, auto saves, karmic dice, controller, video, point and click. I had the nudity on. That's what I have to change. There we go. Show cinematic nudity. Show peen. No. Okay. There we go. Had to turn that off. All right. I had to turn it on. I don't want it to disrupt the integrity of the experience. That's my favorite game series of all time. You can point to the bad game in the series, but the highs for me are enough to get over the classic series. Where honestly half the games kind of blend together, especially the NES ones. I do think X is more interesting than the classic Mega Man games. I 100% will agree with you on that. I don't know that it's I would not say in the slightest it's my favorite game series of all time, but if I'm gonna pit them against each other, yeah, X is better than the classic series. Partially because the classic series includes 7, although X7 isn't. I'd probably rather play 7. Don't pull my devil trigger without permission, or I'm calling the police. X better than classic. X better than classic. 100%. X2 is probably the best one. X3 was fine. X1 was amazing. X3 was terrific. X4 was amazing. I loved X5, even though people have this weird sort of love-hate relationship with X5. X6 had problems, but it could have been a great game. X7 was X7, and I didn't play X8. Okay, so I just have a lot of stuff. There's like things that I'm not. I can just send everything to the what's the chest, right? Can't I just send everything from here? The things that I don't need, like the camp supplies and stuff. Send to camp. There you go. Is there like a group send a bunch of stuff to camp? I have a bunch of things that I haven't sold and I just sort of carry around. And because budget downgrade from X4 to X5 is very noticeable. Plus, people said that X5 was super duper easy compared to the other games, and it was. I didn't really have a problem with that. Press square on an item. Oh, hold square on an item. I can hold square. Okay. So I can probably, it's probably going to let me send all of this to camp, right? So I'm going to send that. I'll keep the candle. Let's keep the thieves' tools. Halson, chill, bro. We're getting there. I hear Halson getting antsy. Is that it? Right? And send to camp. Okay, yeah, that sends all of this to camp. Yeah, hold it. I was about to correct myself. It wouldn't let me switch to other people. That's kind of funny. At mint. Oh, yeah. I'll hang on to this stuff because I'll forget to sell it. Can I sell it at camp? Did they put a... I don't know if I have a vendor. I don't think I have a vendor at camp. Oh, no. I'm not trying to use... There we go. Yeah, it won't let me change to somebody else. Keep the thieves tools. Karlach, why do you have a set of thieves tools? Polish ring, war map. Yeah, like some of this stuff I'm not sure if I need. I know I don't need the lyre for some reason. Rancid note. And that's good. Play just about every game in the series. X4, my favorite of all time, no contest. I'm a giant fan of the franchise as a whole. I was a command mission part of the X collection. I think X3 is a dumpster fire. I don't know if X3 is a dumpster fire. It's just definitely not the one that I like the most. All right. So, this is my group. I got me. Kind of looks like me in the little profile picture, right? I got Halson with me here. I got Astarion, who I let feed on me in the camp. But I had to push him off me, and then I had to threaten him if he ever does that again. I got Karlach, my lady, and Shadowheart. Will, just like, Will's at camp. Will's holding it down at camp. I think people might not be happy about this. I killed Minthara. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not, but I've seen people with her, like interact with her, and I didn't interact with her at all. There was no moment where I interacted with her. So I don't know if I did something wrong or if it's just the path that I went. But Minthara is dead. She flat out attacked me. Oh, yeah, I went fighter. Even after several updates, it's hard to keep Minthara alive. Really? Yeah, I just demolished her. Hold on, let me save. That's the one thing I'm trying to get used to. Stupid question. Stupid question. This is the first save file that I made. Everything else was autosave, so I just keep updating this file. Can I change the name of this file? This file was named 2 hours and 1 minute because that's the first time I saved on it. Is it possible to change the name of the file? Or can I just make a new... I guess I just have to make a new one and then delete the old one. But I don't want to do that. I just want to have a file that's like main file. Yeah, no, that's what running. That's all I've been doing was saving over it. But when you save over it, it's still... It's called whatever the first time you saved was. So the first time I actually remembered to save the game, I was 2 hours and 1 minute in. So that's what the file is called. So every time I save over it, it's just called 2 hours and 1 minute. Minthara was the one I told you about that confused the game. There's a quest later that says to talk to her, but they already had her dead in my save. Don't know if that's patched. I I'm not sure, Lilac, but I believe there is a way. Do I have a scroll for that? I believe I have a way to speak to the dead. That's Revivify. Revivify. Why do I have a bunch of Revivify? I guess they all have one, right? Revivify. I'm pretty sure I have a scroll. I might have put it back at camp. I'm pretty sure I have a scroll to speak to a corpse. So I think that's what you're supposed to do. If I ever get to a point where the game tells me to do that, I think that's what you're supposed to do. All right, so hold on. So let me see something here. Okay, so they can see right there. So I have to... Let me top down here. I can get in from there. Oh, they're probably his, right? 200,000 people banged the bear. It should have been Thara fixed to be recruitable. Some say she's supposed to respawn if you did it right, but for consistency's sake, she stays dead, which confuses the quest log. Did I take a look at Chronicles of Mystaria? Which one was Chronicles of Mystaria? That's not the one. That's not the Genesis one, is it? Hey, John Donator. All right. So if I go in here, that's going to start a fight. So I have killed... sorry, spoilers if anybody is not wanting to hear this part. I have killed 2 of the 3 goblin camp leaders. So I only have the 1 left, but this guy's powerful, and there's a bunch of people with him, so... Can only speak to dead if you're next to the body. Well, the body will stay there, right? Won't Minthara's body stay there? So if I have to speak to the dead, can I come back to the body later? I feel like some of the bodies that I killed a long time ago are still there. Here, so I saved. Let's just go hardcore. We're gonna rush in. Actually, no, hold on.
Careful, I'm behind.
I have tactics on PSP and it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. It's just a lot of slowdown. All right, so let's hide. Oh, can I want to ungroup. There we go. Ungroup. So don't come with me. No, stop. Why? Oh, you bastards. Oh, D&D tactics. I'm like Final Fantasy tactics. God damn it. Did they start a fight? Am I in a fight? Don't come with me. Let's save the memory. The game. Oh, the game eventually despawns body. You have Final Fantasy Tactics also? Okay. All right. So stay here. Can I want you to stay here. Chronicles of Mystaria was the beat 'em. Oh, it was the beat 'em up game from a few streams back. Okay. Okay. No, I never went back. I never checked that out. USA might lose Olympic basketball. What? All right, so will he stay here? When I switch back, he's not going to show up with me, right?
All that matters.
Oh, I'm in a fight with that stupid goblin. Actually, no, this is good. Because if I go this way... Yeah, I use Grub's key. So now... I should be able to get in here. And then... You guys can also let me know if I'm doing anything wrong here. Disco Elysium is on the PS4 catalog. You're gonna try it out. Oh my god. Okay, was it Ronan? Were you the one that made a comment about how have I been missing stuff? Why do I miss so many things? Why do I've gotten a nat 20 maybe twice in this game, and I have had more misses than I could ever count. Here. You sneak and get caught. Only the caught person starts the battle. The rest don't join until they attack or are seen. Yeah, it said that I was in battle. Because the die are cruel. That wasn't you. Somebody said that. Like, how many critical misses have you had? And I'm like, too many.
What should I do?
You should come
keep
here.
going.
Didn't I give you some actual like stat buffing stuff? Actually, here. Wait. Where's your little mirror image, guys? Can only be cast outside of combat. Oh, crap. I didn't long rest. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I didn't long rest. Take only half damage for bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Okay. Astarion won't join you until you swap back and have him attack. Okay. Well, I want to... Oh, so he won't... So he's not in the party right now, basically. Yeah, I forgot to take a nap.
Now this is my happy place.
So I want them to attack me. That's the thing, is I want them to come this way. Because then when they're looking at me over here... no. No. Right there. When they're looking at me over here, then he can run in and he can get advantage from behind. There you go. Get in there. Oh. Eagle Heart. All right, everybody. I'm over here. Everybody come over here. So here we go. And he's hidden, so they shouldn't see him. For this guy, I abused my position as trusted by the goblins first. I climbed the rafters, aimed just right, then threw an item at basically a black hole, sucking him into the hole and to the right of the stage, instantly killing him as I was above, able to hide before being spotted. Oh, wait, Halsin, get in there. Oh, stupid grease. I hate this crap. All right, let's see. Wait, is she dead? What's wrong with Shadowheart? Oh, she's prone. I can't help her either. Also, Tifa Astarion will get sneak attack. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for, Dragoon. That's why I put him where I was. I actually need to involve him in the battle now. All right, so Astarion. Okay. I don't think I want him to attack what's his name though. Oh, that guy's only got... I don't want him to attack either one of them. He'll do good damage if he attacks him. I don't want to do that until... Hold on. Astarion, get back. Stay back. Right there. Who's up right now?
I'm heating up.
Oh, the Halsin is still in it.
Nature's fury shall not be checked.
Right. For the elevator that snuck into the spider cage, talked with the animal, convinced the spiders I was a friend, and then released them, and it had them fight for me. I tore the priestess gut or whatever the hell. I tore her to pieces. I just attacked her viciously, and then I think I snuck around and I got into a good position before I fought Minthara and the others. So wait. So this is... Oh, I can use... Fall damage required... Okay. He's got, like, some sort of weird aura. The priestess can actually kidnap you if you're not careful. This stupid... that attack thing that I can't stand. Oh my god. The what is it called when you step out of their attack range? I hate that. Oh, not reckless attack. Where's my big cleave thing? You know what? Just do that. Do that. Come on. No, not opportunity. I have a cleave. I forgot I didn't long rest, so I might actually be stuck with that one. And I can no, don't end the rage. No, it's not a reaction. It's a straight up attack. Oh my god, I don't have any heals or anything. Honestly, Shadowheart, just get it. Oh, you know what, Shadowheart? What are you doing? Oh wait, because she's prone, she can't move that far. Oh, come on. Hey, Area. Can you reach anybody here? Yeah, you're good. Really? Maybe have Asterion help. I was trying to save him because I was gonna Zerg the boss because I don't know if he has a heal. So my plan was to have everybody rush the boss at once. This stupid grease. Oh, I don't have any heals. I don't have any magic. Double movement costs. Oh wait. Oh, he's the one with the cleave. I'm sorry. I thought what's her name had it. He's got it as a bonus action. So let's do. Oh, not enough movement. We hit all three? Come on, you're not gonna hit all three? Can I move a little? I didn't actually mean to do that. I meant to just move a little. Now we're good. That's okay. I'm in range. Provided I survive. Oh, no! I did not survive. Whoosh. Didn't survive that one. All right. This movement isn't even high enough.
The power of nature flows through me.
Yeah, provided I survive moments before disaster. He's fully healed. All right, well, that's going to be a problem. Oh, look, that guy's up in the rafters. They had the same idea you did. All right, well, I don't even know if it's possible for me to get down there to save him. There's a spider down there. Oh, I'm dead. I'm gonna have to reset. How much health does he have? He has a lot of health though, doesn't he? Oh, he has a lot of health. Yeah, I'm gonna be dead. That was my fault. I forgot to rest so that I get all of my stuff back. If I kill him, I'm still in a fight though, right? That's the problem. This isn't like a standard RPG where I win and then the fight's just over. Oh, and let's keep an eye on the stream. I turned the HDR settings off, I think. So let's keep an eye on the stream. If we start lagging, I'll just have to stop and switch to something else. Okay, 9 attacks. Chill. He doesn't have enough movement, really. He slipped on the grease. Elson! I've lost. Oh, I got hit already. Yeah, I'm gonna be dead. Yeah, I'll probably just. I'm just gonna see what I can do here, but I'm gonna reset. Yeah, the plan was to.
Really?
have Astarion get in there. Because now nobody's paying attention, and then I was gonna wallop him one, so I might as well. Let's see how that would have went. He's already done there. Yeah, you can throw down potions at downed allies to revive them. Well, scrolls though, right? Not potions. If he's already down, I can't throw a potion at him. That won't heal him, right?
Moving.
Do I even have a potion? Nope.
This is gonna feel good.
If they're down like you are now. Oh, okay. You mean not before they're dead. Okay. Yeah, there's no... I'm going to lose this, so... I'm at a disadvantage, really? Oh, yeah, because of the Reckless Strike. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I'm gonna have to reload. I was hoping not to play like that, but you kind of have to. I only reload when I'm gonna die. I haven't reloaded any decisions really. I've only ever reloaded when I get into a situation where I get killed. Like the whole party dies and it makes me reload the game. If you are dead, you turn into a little light ball. And then you need a scroll. Oh, I haven't had anybody do that. I can honestly say I haven't had anybody do that. All right, so Astarion, let's do the same thing we were doing with you. Let's go. Ungroup. Why? I ungrouped. Why are they with me? I ungrouped. Oh. Ungroup. It means that I ungrouped her from the group. Oh. Even pencil on allies and swap them to throw or use. No, I know how to throw things. It's just I didn't think that when they were down, you can throw a potion at them. Like 0 HP doesn't. It's 0 HP usually isn't the condition where you can throw potions.
A subtle approach. On my way.
Smell blood.
Ungroup sound like well, kind of, yeah. That's kind of what it is. Is that you separate them from the group so that when the group moves around into like when you're moving around the map and stuff, they just stay where they are, which is what I wanted Astarion to do, so that I can move him into position. And then that's what I did in the last battle. When I started the fight, it started with the 3 that got seen, and he was already hiding somewhere else. So when he would have entered the battle, he would have had advantage over the enemies, and I would have been able to do more damage. That was what I wanted to do. Okay. I mean, if someone didn't have a potion or throw use, you can bring up the character sheet inventory, give them a potion, and then they will now have one. Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay, that's what you're saying. You kick them out permanently. Oh, what I meant is you. Oh yeah, what I meant is you kick them out permanently. I know you can do that in Dragon Age Origins. All right, so Karlach, let's move in. Maybe you can get a good shot with your arrows. Come on, get a good shot. 65%. I mean, that means that's a hit, right? Come on. Roblox has been banned indefinitely in Turkey over allegations of child exploitation. I mean, not wrong.
No choice but to
Not
keep
wrong.
going. Have to keep going.
Critical. bonus action. No, stupid grease. Oh, at least I'm on the edge. No, get back here. All right, Halson, listen. Halson, go this way.
That is where I'm needed.
Yeah, go this way. Why didn't that happen sooner? Can you do anything? I probably should have did that first.
Got to concentrate.
I was waiting for Twitter to get banned somewhere. The list of reasons to do so has piled up recently. The problem is Twitter's not monetized, so that's going to be the issue. And Shadowheart. I didn't rest again. Why didn't you remind me to rest? Oh, wait. Do I have any? I don't have any. I don't have any spells. Oh, I do. Oh, I made that a cantrip, I think, or whatever. I think so. Okay. All right, get in there. No, I think I have an item that gives me the create water thing permanently. Really meant to tell advertisers go after themselves. Wants to sue advertisers for not wanting to advertise on Twitter. Well, that's his own fault. Twitter lost the plot anyway. The first told advertisers didn't piss off. Now saying it's wrong that advertisers refuse to use them. Like, you shouldn't have been jerks. Ow. Okay. All right. Let's throw 9 things. How about that? Yeah, it's not the same exact thing. All right. Can I make it to this guy? What do you mean can't reach destination?
It's moving.
Shh. Everybody be quiet. Asterian's gonna do stuff. There you go, buddy. Get him. Yeah, while we're here. And yeah. Alrighty. Advertisers don't want their brands linked to conspiracy theories, especially those pushed by the website owner. 50%, right?
Open up.
Yes. And enter.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
No, don't do that. What's my... I don't have like a crazy attack, do I? Oh, I got that one.
Think you can take me on?
Yup. Oh, damn it. Oh my god, he hit him hard. Can I wonder if I can pommel strike him? And then another action. And it didn't reset the pommel strike. Uh-huh. Hold! Alright, you are gonna need to dash again. Let's go.
There.
He's trying to sue FDA or something? He's trying to cite FDA report that shows several advertisers have agreed not to work with places like Twitter due to the actual and feared harm to their brands. He's trying to say it's a conspiracy, so now they have to advertise on so they now have to advertise on Twitter. Yeah, you can't actually. They're allowed to advertise and not advertise wherever they want to. The only way he would have a chance is if he could collude that, or he could prove that they were conspiring to not advertise on Twitter because they were trying to boost something else. But even that, it's just like I don't know anything about that stuff from a legal standpoint. All right, so you, Shadowheart, get in here and ranged attack. Where's this guy? Shadowheart. Get come on. All right. No. Yes. Yes, Karlach.
Over here.
The easy counter argument is to show Elon on tweet telling them to F off and saying they didn't agree with the platform values or direction and it wasn't fit for their advertising. Yeah, I mean he's wrong here. Oh, I don't have advantage against them. What? Low ground. Here, hit it. Are we seriously missing all of these?
I got this.
Yeah. Yes. Thought he only said that to Disney. And he cited his own tweet from just a couple days ago. Inflaming the tensions have been causing riots over here. What? Riots? Can he make it? Can't make it. Let's just move.
Right away.
It was more a blanket statement a blanket statement in response to Disney. If I saw a bear jump that far, I'd just fall over dead. All right, Shadowheart, get him up. Even though I don't know how many turns he's gonna have left. He's gonna die in the next turn. This is very difficult without heals. No! Come on! Are you serious? The push of all things? Oh my god. Whoa, what the hell was that? The push of all things. I mean, that's an OP move, man. Pushing and shoving them is really OP sometimes. Uh-oh. Oh, this sucks because I'm probably gonna kill him.
What's it gonna take?
Don't reckless attack.
Let's have some cut.
Oh, he's alive. He's alive. Is there a way up? That's a way up. I can't believe he's alive. What's their health? They're not good. Go that way.
This way.
So I do in Neo 2 when they put enemies there. Yeah, I've pushed my fair share of goblins off the off the ledge. I've pushed more than a couple. Do I have enough? It says somewhere. Where? What? There's like one spot where I have advantage to attack something. And I can't tell what it is. Oh, it's right. Can you see it? Does anybody see it? There's one spot where the little green arrow pops up that says I have advantage and I can attack. Look, it's... Oh, wait. Those spots are usually lies. Hold on, let me do this. Ah, it's driving me crazy. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can click it at the right moment. Yeah, it's actually the camera getting confused. Yeah, I think that's what it is. All right. So, can you hide? Do you still have an action, right? Oh, you don't have a. Okay. Oh, you do.
Leave no trace.
Okay. Maybe you can't see me. Okay, I think you can see me. Server boss had to give emergency fight because players would just shove the bosses off ledges. All right. Provokes attack of opportunity. Oh, he's right here. So let's just hit him then. Oh, beautiful.
On my way.
Is this small shape? Yeah. Yes. And do that. Oh, somebody said is there permadeath in this game? I think there technically isn't, because I think if a character dies. I think there is a way for characters to die, but I got the guy at the camp that supposedly can revive people, but I don't know to what extent they can revive people. She's just not strong enough, man. Here, just wake me up. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. This is why I'm always sort of hesitant to play games like this, because I get all into it. UK having rise because racist a-holes and opportunists are attacking anyone that's not mainly aiming at Muslim and Asian people. Oh yeah. So Lilac, the top tierest of people is what you're saying. Okay. Ow. Oh! He's dead. Alright. Get it done, Carla. Yes. Oh, wait. You only have one? What? Why? Some characters can perma-die if they plot die, yeah. Uh-oh. You tried to push me. Can I multi-attack? Yeah. Alright, so he's dead, but... So that's the guy I was supposed to kill. And then I can't fight anybody else. Carla, what's your health looking like? Oh, Carla, you're healthy. What's your... Where are you at? Oh, you're weak. Alright, so let's do that. Let's get this guy. Tell me something. Oh. Yes, not to question symbols. People they call un-British don't go home saying, yeah, how do you un-British? You sound like, okay. It's such a slippery slope to get into as far as the conversation goes. All right, so wait, so Astarion fell to a lethal blow. So where the hell is he? Hold on. What? So he's dead. Can I not revive him? If I can't revive him, I'm just going to reset the game, but... all because I got pushed off that stupid cliff. There we go. Alright, so... you need a scroll to revivify, or you can pay... I do have my scrolls. I haven't used any of my scrolls yet, so I should be okay. So... we're good there. Yeah, I do have a scroll.
A little help, please.
That's another thing, man. And I'm guessing that's a D&D thing, but I'm not used to resources being this tough. I'm not used to barely having any money. And what are you? You're I'm gonna kill you. I'm not used to barely having any money, and I'm not used to the fact that I've done all of this fighting, and I think I'm only at level 4, and I just hit level 4 recently. Definitely not used to that. That's normal. Like, I know it's normal. It's probably normal for D&D. It's just for me, it feels unusual. I'm not used to feeling so weak in a game. Here. Oh wait, this is Carl. Oh, Shadowheart. Jesus, Shadowheart. Do I have a potion for you or something? Shadowheart, just get him up. Yeah, it sounds like D&D to me. It's custom mode where you can take your stuff like that as an issue, which is great. By default, it's a little stingy. Yeah, so I mean, it's fine. It's just it feels unusual for me. Like, I'm definitely not used to that as an issue. Okay, yeah, he's not dying, but he's not doing well. The movement's also a little weird. I can't stand that they can't walk over bodies. I don't know why they don't do that.
Find a route.
Gold is dependent on the DM, but can be rare. In the campaign I'm in, we have 5 people to split the prize money. We're at level 11 now, and 3 or 4 more sessions left. I have 450 gold, which isn't it's not a ton of gold at all.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Oh, he can't. Yeah, he won't be able to attack yet, right? He has oh, good heal. Good heal.
Can't slow down.
Especially having to pay withers. Eagle Heart wore off. Technically tons of gold unless the plates have specific goals relating to having it. Who's up? Oh, the bear. And how are we doing? Yes. Good job. What do we got? This guy here? Wait, what the hell is that? I didn't see him there. Okay, that's a little terrifying. BG3 on custom because I think it's more fun. I wanted the original experience first. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean custom? Bears are scary. They are scary in this game. Uh-oh. I mean, Shadowheart, what are you gonna do? course, she doesn't have a self-heal. Custom mode lets you set all aspects of the game's difficulty individually. Oh. Okay. All right, Shadowheart, just stay here, I guess. Oh, wait, I forgot about that guy. What is an RPG I would consider starving for resources to be okay? What is an RPG you would consider starving for resources to be okay? I guess something like this. I guess something where like an experience like this where resource management is a significant part of the game. Oh! Okay, that was unnecessary.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Includes radio skills, so like, do enemies use use skills more or less? Items and gears. Do shops ask for more gold or less gold? Oh, okay. So you can. Yeah, that does seem like you can customize a lot of stuff.
You've made a grave mistake.
Specifically, older Fire Emblem. Oh wait, that was the Warlock? Are the spiders dead? No. Oh, the spiders are just creatures then. Alright, so... What's your health looking like? Oh, wait. Loot this guy. Do you have anything? He's got the key. Oh, he's got a good hammer, too. Oh, he's got one of these things. I don't think I've used one of these yet. These mind flare thingies.
We shall prevail.
Oh, can he not cross? Oh, damn it. I brought him up here thinking I'd be able to cross the thing. I guess he's too big for that. Yeah, it's not enough space for... Damn it. All right, so get down here. I don't know why that's funny. Shadowheart, you're just gonna die if you do anything. Yeah, what do you mean the bear can't fit? Why can't you use this? Oh, brother.
I won't give in.
Alright, hurry up.
Anything of use?
And can he morph back into... Yeah, I probably should just morph him back into a person, but I don't know. He's a bear. I want him to be a bear. Let's morph him back. I haven't actually morphed him back into house. And yeah, let's try that out. He can't reach. Why can't he reach? Why can't he reach? Try to shoot from down there. Yeah, I probably could. I don't know. That seems high up. Okay, that's a problem.
I must heal.
On the move.
Shadowheart's in the way. Or is that Shadowheart? That's not Shadowheart. That's Karlach. It says I can shoot. Let's see. I mean, Karlach, get up there. Go get him. Can you go? Yeah, you can go.
Aye, aye.
And ranged. All right, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Blood comes easy these days.
Oh, dash. I have to start remembering that. I'm still trying to really get into the mindset of all of these things that I can do.
The scent of blood is in the air.
Yeah, it's just so I'm not doing nothing. Do you have a... Oh, you don't have a ranged weapon. Oh, he does have a heal on him. Here.
Stay strong.
Heal shot. Oh, no. Wait, he's running back down. So that custom's favorite way to play. I find it easy, hard. Custom lets you change those stats. Yeah, I wanted the more traditional experience. So I figured, let me do it this way. That's why I didn't put it on easy. Oh, of course that killed him.
Moving.
Ah. And given nature, D&D custom is the more... Yeah, custom's probably the more traditional way to play it, I guess. Yeah, you're kind of right about that.
Moving.
Come on. Oh, I had the eagle thing back too.
Oh, Father, harden my heart.
Whoa! Aeronicus, right? Is that right? Aeronicus, rating with a party of 11. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in and for hanging out. I hope everybody's doing all right. I hope you're feeling well, doing well.
Cannot give up now.
Just practicing, trying some,
to me, and I wish to
trying some,
subscribe to your newsletter.
Baldur's Gate 3. I picked it up the other day, so I'm very happy to finally give this game a try. It's difficult. I've never played a D&D game before, so this is tough. Yeah, poor Astarion is down there waiting to be revived. But hi, everybody. Hello, everybody, from Aeronicus' stream. Hope everybody's doing all right. I hope you're having a good time over where you were there. Do I want to... I guess I can... Can I kill him? Can I get him from here? Okay, wait. Hold on. No, stop. I know. Oh, wait, that's Karlach. He's over here. Ah, damn it. Aeronicus. 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 Yeah, that's what I said. That was Karlach.
Keep going.
Oh, today's their birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you had a good birthday then. As I almost try to injure Karlach there. All right, let's get in here. All right,
Down the hatch.
bludgeon him. Yes. All right, everybody, wake up. Get. He's poor guy's trying, man. He's trying to get up.
No time to dally.
Get him up. All right, everybody, let's wake up.
Is that blood?
It's a tough encounter to go head on with. I mean, yeah, that was...
Should get some rest. I need to keep sharp.
Don't long rest. Don't long rest? Hold on, I gotta... How do I... Hello? Huh? How do I get down? Oh, crap. Do I have a short rest? I don't have a short rest either. Oh, if you long rest, Astarion's body will despawn. All right, so I have to figure out a way to get down there and heal him though. And if I hop down, I'll die. I have to go down. Where's the ramp? Am I missing this ramp? Where is this thing? I have to go down the ramp and open the gate. You know where the first goblin leader was? Not really. I don't really remember. Oh. If I talk to Halsin, I'm like afraid to do anything. Can I save the game right now? Is it safe for me to save? Oh, wait. Where? Karlach. Hey, where are you?
Come on, let's
I forgot
go.
I separated her from the group. You know the first goblin. Stop moving. I'm trying to get everybody together, Lilac. Hold on. Group. And then, so we're all grouped up now? Shadowheart, are we grouped up? Shadow, you okay? Okay, I'm understanding how the group thing works. So, hold on, let me look at the map here. Yeah, I remember where the first leader was. Minthara was here. Droz was here. Was she wasn't... Was she here? Or was she here? I was just on it. I kind of was all over the map. Middle, south. This place. Right here? Okay. Middle, south. Wait. South? Wait, what? Later. No problem. Sure. I said later like you were leaving. Straight south from where you are. Here? Was she here? Was that the first one? What was the big priestess lady? The really big thing there. Wait, that's there's a cage there. I can't get down there. Oh wait, I can save though. I thought that was locked and I can't get to it. That's the spider cage. But how do I open it? That, right? It's locked. I don't have this open. How do I get in that? Lever. Does it lever? Does it switch? Oh, look at that. I always came out from the other side. I didn't see that. Oh, okay. Asterian's my guy to pick locks. Well, wait. The problem is, hold on. I need potions then. I need a potion or something. Well, I saved. That's why I'm saying I need a potion or something because I am weak. And I don't have a potion or anything.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Those aren't the right potions. Oh wait, he has. There we go. He's got potions there.
I need healing.
Let's see. Shadow. Nope. Shadowheart's out of spells. That's the problem. Remember, Lilac. I went into the fight without resting, so I have no magic.
What a charmer.
No, I'm out of short rest. Guess look. I'm out of short rest. I forgot to... I saved last night when I went to bed, so I didn't do any of the stuff that I should have done beforehand. So let's... I mean, I think I can just rush these guys. Do I have a scroll of animal talking? I do have a scroll of animal talking. Do they count as animals to speak with?
Shouldn't have wished to
I should have a
more
scroll.
interesting times.
Where's my animal? Speak with the dead. Scroll of false life. I didn't put it away, did I? $10 says Asterian's holding it. A potion. Oh, do I have a potion for that? Basic poison. Oh, I have a potion to animal speaking. There we go. Yeah.
Yes, my desire. Closer, my sweet.
Oh, Karlach has speak with animals as a skill?
Bind you and bite you and eat you.
You should eat a goblin instead. They're delicious. You are kidding me. I'm not
more
using my
delicious than
inspiration.
you. More bindable, more wrappable, more biteable. No.
She scuttles toward you, drooling.
Nope. Time to save, scum. Nah, I'm not even gonna bother. See, that's what I'm trios, and that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier. Is that I'm not save scumming unless it means my party's gonna die. I'll live with any decision that the game gives me unless someone is dead in the game. And I don't have that. So each flammable target is hit with 15 fire damage. Drink to gain advantage of concentration against me charm. Magic can put you to sleep. Replace efforts. I should probably give that to what's her face. Yeah, very D&D. I only have multiple saves because of bugs. Otherwise, I'd roll with what I get. Yeah, I roll with what I get unless it's going like the game is gonna kill me. Let me see what this is like. Okay. I mean, you could have probably attacked better than that. You know what? Ow. She has nothing. Oh, she has this thing. Hit something!
Let's go.
For the love of God, man! This is what I'm talking about.
The hammer's gonna fall.
I've rolled 20 once. Welcome to D&D, where they plan everything out and the dice says no. But it's like I've rolled 21 times, and I had to have rolled 31s. It's not even about I rolled and I didn't succeed. I've rolled literal ones, and I've rolled a 21 time. Oh my God, that's so annoying. This game's terrible. Why do you play this? Like that? Okay, he missed. He didn't get enough. I think it's stupid, but he didn't get enough. To suffer. Personal speed. Basic poison. Not gonna worry about any of that. Okay. You love Darkest Dungeon? Don't do that. You have nothing else. Oh, do you have... Oh, you have some of these.
Gods, it's hot in here.
Make power builds, making it almost impossible to be hit with how high your AC gets. CT, thank you so much for dropping a gift sub to Mr. Roosh. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Oh! I hit the triangle button. That was my mistake. I hit triangle. That was my bad. Yes! Oh my God, a critical hit. Wait, I might actually hit him. The triangle. Wizard's Bane oil. I guess that was a 20, right? Was that a 20? I finally throw one? Yeah, critical hit is a 20. Okay, so critical hit is a 20. Okay, so I have rolled a couple. Is that a nat 20 or is that just a 20? Let's use a saving throw. Can I throw potions? I know some potions say this elixir can be thrown. You gain resistance to fire. So I guess they have to say that in order for you to get the effect from throwing them. Dirty 20s don't give bonuses. Okay, all right. So yeah, okay. So then maybe I have gotten some. All right, that's good. And now you're into it.
Finish this.
Oh wait, I have this thing. Wait. Fine. Yeah. So, but I have to throw it. No, I thought I could throw it. Right? I can make it. It said I had to throw it. Have you seen this custom D20 where you get 1 and where the 1 and 20 get replaced? I have a die that has like a different picture for the 20. I've never seen one with a different 1. I need to throw this. It deals 1 fire damage when thrown. How do I throw this? I want to throw this. You haven't throw any potion, but you have to do it via the throw. You have to do it via the throw command. Oh, okay. How do I throw this fire? Finishes and I deals fire damage when thrown. Yeah, I thought I could throw this in the same turn that I conjure it. I'm very confused.
Got to press on.
You don't have the action to throw it. Yeah, when I got it, the reason I picked it was because it said that I thought it was that one. Where you can grab it, you can make it, and you can throw it, and you get a penalty for it if you don't do it in the same turn or something. The way I read it, I understood it that I can make the fire and throw it. Because it's on an action wheel here, but it's not. Yeah, it's kind of weird. All right, so then waste my turn.
Karlach, it's go time. Come on, Karlach. Show him who you are.
Yes. Okay. Wait a minute. Now we're getting it.
Quick.
Light on my feet.
Oh, I can revive Astarion. Oh, yeah, you're right. Here, let's do that. So you get some XP. Can I do that as a bonus action? No. Wait, I don't have a... Not as a bonus action. Okay.
Talk to me.
Can I? Can I revive? Yeah, I can.
Take your...
There we go. He's alive.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, there we go, Karlach. No. Karlach, I'm gonna risk it all here. There you go. All right, now I can long rest. The spiders didn't have anything. Oh wait, wait, save failed. Oh.
Attention.
Karlach, get him out of here. There we go. Group, get in here. All right. It's funny. This spider web was available when the fight was going on, where I could climb it. I thought it was. All right. So let's go. I'm gonna go grab Halsin and then long rest. Actually, I'm gonna save first.
What to do?
Okay, and then save. If you get the group up, everyone would just go to camp except Astarion. Oh, will they really? They'll leave him? Yeah, I was just trying to. I didn't understand that. I put it on him and then I clicked ungroup, and I think it ungrouped whoever I was talking to.
You did it. You actually did it. The leader's dead. Praise Sylvanas. No, that's not right. Praise you, my friend. The Grove owes you a debt beyond measure. Killing's never my first choice, but those three were too dangerous to leave alive.
I've done my part. Now tell me about Moonrise.
Let's get out of this pit, firstly. Return to the Grove. I'll make my own way there.
Oh, you're not going to come
I
with me
can
anyway.
see to some matters there, and we can discuss what comes next amidst more bucolic surroundings than here.
I don't know what that word means. All right, might as well get some stuff. I love that I was able to get this speech while I just smiled thinking, he doesn't know I killed the crew. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's where you killed it. Like, that's where you killed everybody? Oh, my God. Yeah, a well-deserved rest. Light crossbow. I really need better weapons, is what I really need. Did you go deep in there with the little girl? Which little girl? The little thief girl? The loot will still be here. Maybe just not the bodies. Yeah. So the loot will all still be there. All right. So hold on. So let's. Go to camp. I told her to flee. Lilac, that's a good thing because you need her to spread the story of how dangerous you are. I think I'm good here. I'm not gonna buy anything from you. Actually, what do you got? What do you got, Volvo?
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
He reacted like a vendor, so I wanted to buy something. So let's. I think we can just end it. Shadowheart still has the fire. She still has the fire that I conjured with her. All right, so we can end the day. Dry Oasis, thank you so much. Rating with a party of one. Welcome. Volvo, not Volvo. I called them Volvo because I thought it was funny. Dry, I hope you're having a good time. I hope you had a good stream. Karlak, let's talk, baby. I don't think you have anything to say, right? Unique?
Feeling illicit?
Extra opinion, seeing each other. So about our tadpole powers.
You really did it, huh?
Oh yeah, I did eat
Not
one of
worried
these things.
about adding more illicit into the mix? Well, what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, seem fine, and yet you're more mind flayer than ever.
You win a unique item from Volo.
Hope you don't expect
not
me
yet,
to follow
not
your
yet.
lead in this.
Uh-oh. I was hoping you might benefit. It's your choice, but I think the tadpoles make me stronger.
Do they? I'm not sure either of us can say one way or the other. We don't know what the costs might be just yet.
Can't you see about my example that's worth a while? Think it through. There's a lot to be gained here. I don't expect you to do anything you don't want to do.
Good. And you know, keep an eye on yourself. If you start feeling loopy, shout. We don't know what these tadpoles are capable of.
There's a limited window to get it, but I won't spoil it. Yeah, I know. I'm fine with him. It's probably gonna be something I'm not gonna use anyway. You know what? I think that this is gonna be the kind of game where there's a lot of cool, interesting stuff that you can get, and you're gonna go through a lot of trouble to get it, and then you're not gonna use any of it. Oh, you'll use it. Uh-oh, wait, hold on. Do I need to talk to him? That immediately piqued my interest. Wait, do I need to talk to him? What do I gotta do? I hate it because if I go online and search like rare Volo item, it's gonna tell me exactly what it is. I'd save first. Because it might not be something you want. What? It might not be something I want, but I'm gonna use it? I mean, am I gonna want it or not? Oh god, I don't have to like have an orgy with him, do I?
My good fella. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable.
He only gives me one dialogue option, so... Right? Close? Don't talk to him? Oh, wait, do I have to kill him? Am I gonna have to kill him or something? Wait, I can't kill him here. They're not gonna let me fight in the camp, are they? Talk to him. Yeah, this is all he lets me do. Do I have to trade him? That's one thing I didn't realize you could do. I didn't realize you can trade with most characters. I know the button's right there to say it, but I don't know if I have to. Wait, what do you mean I'll see? What do you mean I'll see? Talk to him or attack him? I'll see when I do what? I need you to tell me. I have it saved, so I'm probably going to reset. Oh, talk to him and he'll explain? Because I've had this conversation before with him. I'm pretty sure I've done this before.
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable.
Actually, no. I had something with him where I did this.
It's not too deep.
Yeah.
Just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction.
I did the first part.
Tunic, after all.
Yeah, I did this. Well, I just like laying there. I'm gonna go to third extraction. It's currently impossible. I'd rather get a second opinion. How many times have you done this before? Just do it.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle.
Endure the discomfort. Wait, how are we just okay with talking to him about this?
The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket. Volo frowns and begins to push.
Ow!
It shoots through your body as the needle snags on your optic nerve.
How am I not screaming?
Have it!
The needle seesaws back and forth, plucking the nerve like a harp string.
Oh, bother. There's some obstacle in the way. I shall need a...
Is he lobotomizing me? That obstacle is my eye.
Carefully withdraws the needle from your eye. Then, reaching into his bag, he produces an ice pick.
Oh my god. The implement.
Volo slowly brings the ice pick closer to your eye.
Now, don't move.
Cold metal presses against the skin beneath your brow.
Karlach disapproves. Yeah, so does Silver.
Tap, tap, stab.
Do you feel that? Huh? I think we have the blighter on the run.
I'm saying this one.
I agree. It's a feisty critter. Just a little further.
Volo tears the pick from your brain with a violent jerk. Your eye plops down into the mud.
Oh, I lost my cool eye.
Drat.
He pauses, looks down at your eye, and recoils slightly as it sinks into the mud.
I guess this is... I mean, it makes sense now with the scar on my eye.
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic damage.
All is well, I think. I can't seem to see through one of my eyes. Well, to be fair, it's on the ground. To be fair, he's a bard, not a doctor.
Please, try not to overexert yourself. You're in a rather fragile state at present. I can't help but feel partly responsible.
Partly?
Perhaps there is something more I can do.
Oh, interesting.
Take this. A far superior relic to that old jelly you were chained to. Try it on for size. And, it was very nice to have met
Game
you.
would do the surgically graphic things as the
little
beginning.
brain problem one way or another. Far away from here, if you've a heart. Terribly sorry, my friend. Ta.
See invisibility. What? So wait. What does this mean? What does that mean, see invisibility? So that means when characters go invisible, I can still see them? Well, now I kind of want to see myself. Wait. So now you have a fake eye, but you can see things that are invisible. You can see invisible target from 10 feet. So will this replace my perception? Can I see my face? Oh, he took my dark eye out. Interesting. That actually is kind of interesting. Yeah, it's permanent. Will this replace my perception check for traps and stuff? Or will I see all traps? I might keep that. Wait, yeah. Yeah, this is what I meant by you will use it. Yeah, what will I see? Will this... Perception is all the same. So I'm not going to automatically see hidden traps. And I'm not going to see anything that's hidden, just things that are invisible. Traps are purposely hidden. Well, not that something was lost. What I mean is that when it means invisible, and lost the old eye color. What I mean, now you can see invisible traps, which do happen sometimes. But it's like I would find traps because I would walk in and then I would do a perception check and I would see the traps. Will that not even happen now because I'll just automatically see them? I think I did pretty good. I think he kind of looks a little bit like me, right? My perception is still whatever. Okay, so I'll still do perception checks on anything that is purposely hidden. All right, so that's fine then. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually keep that. Yeah, thank you. It will automatically find them before the roll. Okay, so it will actually do something. All right. Let's see if Karlach likes my eye. Karlach, look at my eye.
Copper for your thoughts.
Look at my eye. Oh, you're not gonna say anything. Yeah, not a bad trade-off. I think that's kind of cool. It kind of made it's almost like, because the way I had the eye colored, it was almost like my eye was dead. So now it's like this replaced it, but it's better. Like it reminds me of Thor, right? Thor lost his eye in the third movie and then he gets it back later. I was pissed as I had an infernal black eye in that socket. What? I don't know what that is. You want to run my Karlach? Ask her about demons. Oh, about how to kill devils, right? I haven't asked her that. Yeah.
What's on your mind?
I have had romantic moments with her. Well, not like romantic moments, but things where it's like, oh, because I started the infernal engine thing where I need the infernal iron, and she did the, cool down, and then I could touch you. A tiefling with it's half tiefling, half human, so one eye was infernal and one eye. Oh no. Wakazi, you can do full blown relationships. You can have flings or whatever, and then you can have full blown relationships where you are with the person. I think you can get married. I don't know if you can get married to some of the characters. I'm pretty sure you can marry some of them.
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
No, that was it. Yeah. Again, they aren't the first company to do it. Yeah, like every other BioWare game out there, they aren't the first company to do it. You flirt with a person, get close, accidentally bang Astarion, and then go back to trying your main crush. Yeah, I had the moment with Astarion where he bit me, but that was about it. All right, so I did that one already, so we'll leave for now. You go through all personal topics of your romancing as that builds relationship points in about. Oh yeah. I that's what I usually do, but I've only been doing it with her specifically. I've only been doing it. My goal is Karlach all the way, so I'm not like these moments here. I'm not really interacting with anybody else. Just every once in a while. Poor Shadowheart still has that fire thing on her hand. They actually had to patch Astarion, as a lot of people would accidentally bang him. So ask about demons, Mizora, etc. Yeah, the Mizora thing is the only thing that I haven't done yet. I wasn't sure where that would go. Here, why don't we do that now? Let's see what she says.
Hey, soldier.
I saw a clip today where I guess they're talking to her. They're talking to her, and she does like a fourth wall break, where it's almost like she's talking to us. Because she looks right at the camera and she says, like, you know, no matter what, are you having fun? And I guess you say yes, so she gets excited. And but it's like a fourth wall break of the developers talking to us. Was she the one? I had a fourth wall break, and I don't remember if it was her or not, where they started talking about something, and then the character said, but it's a little too early in the game to be talking about that. And like they described what it was. And I thought, you could say that like too early in the game is like a, you know, sort of slang, the way people talk. But it sounded like they were talking about Baldur's Gate 3. And I should have screenshotted it so I remembered who it was. It's probably Karlach, right? She seems to be the fourth wall breaker.
We were both part of Zariel's.
Yeah, I forget what they were talking about, and she goes, but it's a little too early in the game to be talking about that right now.
Force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose.
She's got a good head on her shoulders. You've got her a good head on your pike somewhere.
Was delighted. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players. I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
Alright, so we did that one already. We did that talk. Alright, I have no interest in talking to anybody else right now, so... No, I'll use... What is that? Two of them. Here, just use this. Oh, let's see if I get... I don't think I... Will I get another dream sequence? No, okay, we're up. And I think we're good. What's that? Alright, so we should be good. So let's save. We're gonna save. We're gonna save without our eye. It's always a good time when characters address the DM player. Yeah, there's a scene with Karlach when she looks at the screen and she says that. She starts talking about how she feels like she's done this before. I think there was a story I've told before that I read where it's basically like the player rolls a 20. They roll a nat 20 on perception, so they are able to view the game. And so she has this sort of revelation where she talks to you and she says, like, I feel like, you know, I've done this before and there's different versions. And like she basically is talking about the idea that this is playing out differently in millions of different places. So then that's what she does is she looks right at the camera and she says, are you having fun? And then she gets really excited when you say yes. Yeah, she's self-aware a few times. So she's like that meme. She's like the idea of it was the thing. I read it a long time ago where someone rolled a 20 on perception, but there was nothing to perceive. Like the DM didn't put anything to perceive there. So instead, he described that for a brief second, the players could see that they were in a game, that the area around them was a giant board on a table, and that there were giants that were overlooking them and deciding what they do, and that there were dice that decided their fate. But then it was very brief, and then they came back into the world, and then they were back into it, and that was what it was supposed to be. It was like the person supposedly did something funny because they rolled perception and there was nothing to show them. But that's a great sort of thing, and that's kind of what Karlach did there. All right, so we saved, right? All right, so we saved. I'm not going to get into anything else as far as the game goes. But yeah, that's fun. I like when they do stuff like that. I like the little self-aware sort of things. I think that's probably why, other than the fact that Karlach is muscular, and she's the buff tough lady. I think that's why I liked her, is because a lot of the stuff that I saw from her before I even played the game was just really cool. Like I loved all the artwork and the visual of her just in general, but there were clips that I saw. The one where she like hits on you and she wants to see you later, and she walks away and she's like, yes. And supposedly it was the VA actually threw that in there, and they said, yeah, it worked for her character. We're gonna keep that. Like I love that. I love that kind of stuff. So that's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy those characters. Give me 1 second here. Little Misfortune. I still have that. I still have that on my screen there. 1 second. Okay. All right. Why don't we call it a little bit early? So that'll be that. I don't want to get into another game, obviously, or anything. I think that Shadowheart is the best romance target, but Karlach is super close second. They did a thing where they did stats and stuff, and I think Shadowheart was the most romanced character. I think she proved to be the most romanced character. And then I forget who was the lowest. It might have been Will. Might have been Will was the lowest. Yeah, they had a bunch of stats apparently came out about it, and it showed, you know, the tens of thousands of hours. Was it Minthara was the lowest? Was it Oh, it probably was. That's not fair though, because if you're like me, you killed her. I'd want to know the numbers between the people who are normal party members, because I feel like it's easy to miss some of those party members. Halsin was like 600, 700k romance with 30% choosing the bear form as their bang buddy. Yeah, it's still, because it's still hard to recruit. So yeah, I would ask who is the most romance from the core characters from what is it? It's your random character. Karlach, Will, Shadowheart. What's her face? I think was the lowest. Lae'zel. Lae'zel, I think, was the lowest. Lae'zel, Astarion, Halsin, and Gale. Right? Those are the seven characters. I think Lae'zel was the least romanced one. which is a shame because I saw one scene with her that I guess it's like one of the pinnacles of the romance sequences with her, and man, I wanted to cry. It was so nice. Minthara was the lowest, but technically Lae'zel is the lowest. Is the lowest now? Yeah, I wouldn't. I feel like it's unfair to count Minthara because that's a character that you would more likely kill, or you're very likely to kill. I didn't do anything. I wasn't like intentionally trying to kill Minthara. It's just the storyline moved in that direction. I had never met her before, so my first time meeting her was when she triggered me for an attack. So yeah, I would say out of the core characters, I think that's more interesting, and I think Lae'zel was the lowest one. Happy International. Well, I mean, it's a good day to play Baldur's Gate, right? And an Evil Root Minthara. Oh, and an Evil Root Minthara just straight up joins you. Oh. When you say Evil Root, do you mean a Dark Urge playthrough? Increasingly getting annoying broken quests. It reminds me of Air Tonelicos. To bug boss fight. Artonelico. Is that a PS2 game? What does that sound like? I'm pretty sure that was a PS2 game. Oh, like let's kill the Grove and help the Goblin. Okay. I see what you mean. It is a PS2 game. Yay! I knew I remembered it. Okay, so let's kill the Grove and help the Goblins. Even fix Minthara's romance quest. Can randomly break, which is infuriating, which is kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Let me know if I can romance that lady in the dreams. I won't say for anybody that hasn't played it yet, but let me know if I can romance the lady in the dreams. She's all right. She's like a Lae'zel with lipstick, but she's all right. I mean, Lae'zel's kind of great too. You know, it just occurred to me. I haven't even put Lae'zel. I don't even think Lae'zel's with me. Basically having bugs that break it, that's impossible. Hey, Flip. About to board a plane back to my regular life. I'm sorry, Flip. I'm sorry. All right. But that is going to do it for today. We are going to wrap up a little bit early. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in and for hanging out. Sorry for cutting it 15 minutes short. It's weird because it's originally only for evil runs. Most players didn't want to do evil runs as half the main cast won't join you if you're evil. Yeah, why would you want to do that? One more thing real quick. Artisan 2 had a boss that can crash PS2s. Oh, brother. The players kept asking, so they made her recruitable on a good run. Yeah, I didn't, like, I guess maybe I can possibly do it later. I don't know. Like, it didn't give me an option to talk to her or anything. What the hell? Holistic? What? Is this an ad or? Oh, that was an ad. Okay. I had some ad about yoga and flexibility and stuff, and I wasn't sure what the hell you were sending me. Alabaster Dawn. Oh, is this the people, Lilac? Is this the people? Yeah, I was going to say, from the creators of Crosscode. I saw that a video went up, but I didn't watch it. I have Crosscode. I still haven't played it. What do I have? PS4? No, I keep thinking I have Crosscode. I have Chris Tales. I keep thinking I have Crosscode. I heard good things about Crosscode, though. They didn't even fix how recruiting her affects her quest. Oh, making it buggy even still. Yeesh. Yeah, I did see that game. It got like a trailer or something, but I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. I'm waiting for it. Tell me when there's new news, Lilac, on Fantasian. Is that the one where they did like the pre-rendered graphics, but like everything was models and stuff? Let me know when that game gets more information. And I don't know what the release date is for that game. All right. But we're going to wrap it up there. So thank you, everybody, for stopping in and for hanging out. Tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow's a little weird. Tomorrow's kind of up in the air. So normally tomorrow is Friday stream. It's either 2 hours or 4 hours, depending on how we feel. It's supposed to be raining here a lot tomorrow. And around that time, it's supposed to be possible thunder and lightning. You know how I am with streaming with that stuff, so there's a slight chance that tomorrow gets canceled if it's thunder and lightning here. Worst comes to worst, we'll just cancel it. Possibly, maybe just make it short. We need to see what happens because we're getting all of this rain from the, what was it? It was Tropical Storm Debbie, I think it was, or something. So, but it's like moving weird. It was supposed to be raining all day yesterday and then off and on through Saturday. And now it's only raining today and tomorrow. But I know tomorrow we're supposed to have some thunder and lightning. So depending on when that is, we may cancel. Saturday, we should be good to go. I think the weather's supposed to be cleared up before Saturday. So we should be all right for that. But just give you a heads up about tomorrow, just to let you know what was going on. Yeah, weather's always fun while streaming. It's mostly just lightning. It's lightning that I worry about because we've had issues with that before. So I don't want to get into another issue again. Someone is showing Mecha Break. That's this thing. Yeah. I'm excited to play that. All right. For right now, though, I'm going to send you over to OmniMitch. OmniMitch, I sent you there the other day. OmniMitch is doing retro achievements for Donkey Kong Country 2. It's a website where they added a bunch of retro achievements to retro games. So stick around after the credits, and I will send you over there to hang out and represent us very well. Let me do this thing here. All right. But thank you once again, everybody, for stopping in, for hanging out. Don't forget to drink your mask, wear your water, social distance whenever possible. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. And I will see you all, hopefully, tomorrow.